But yeah, bro, yesterday the chat was so crazy. What's up, support? That shit was so crazy yesterday. I don't know what it was putting the moderators to work yesterday. Motherfuckers doing some crazy shit. And I don't know where they came from, bro. It was like a bunch of new people showed up out of nowhere. And they were just talking about crazy shit.
Y'all got them out of there.
Got their ass up out of there.
SG in the house. What up, SG? Support game in 2026. Now, where were we? We live now. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Try to get them time to, get more people to come up in here.
Yeah.
And hopefully get Cairo time to get up in here.
Some hot topics over there. Oh, we.
Yeah. Some of them might be a little dangerous.
Hey, somebody got to do it. Like the rap song say, somebody got to do it.
Still doing that shit? What the fuck? He ain't got that. Oh, okay. I'm going back down.
Yep, that's about it, man.
Okay. What's up, Golson? What's up, Cameron?
What up, Cameron? It's about that time.
How the audio sound? This nigga right here, bro.
He's still like clockwork. You sure that's not a bot, man?
Bro, he's not a bot because this nigga. So other platforms that do close to the same content as me, he goes on their channel, and when he sees Talia,
yeah,
or support, he'll come on and he see they comment on their channel, he'll come on there and tell them the same shit. This nigga just, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him, back.
Oh wait. I'm using strong language there. I hate support game in 2020. Hey, y'all got to work that out, fellas.
It's funny because he even jumped on DeMarcus yesterday, which is crazy. Yeah. They know him to be on the same side.
Oh yeah. That's a classic back and forth right there. SG and DV. Yep. How many weeks we was off? Like 2, 3? That was at least 3.
3. Yeah. 3 weeks out.
Damn, I'm already down 65%. I know I probably but I got my backup.
All right. Well, I'm about to go ahead and send her a message letting her know that we're gonna just get ready to go ahead and start it. She just come in when she got me.
Try to get my phone engine to tune up. It shouldn't be dropping like that. Well, we've been on for 30 minutes though, so just vibing.
All right. So, what's up, everybody? Another chapter, another episode of Black Chat Chronicles. You got pretty much the usual suspects, me, Taj, Solo. Y'all already used to. No new people on now. This one, Cairo should be joining us a little later. So she'll be coming in as well. But Like usual, as y'all can see, we got 5 good topics this time instead of 4. 5 of them. So we're gonna start it off going through them. As you see, the very first one, we got: do Black women resent their men for slavery days? This one, that's a hot topic because me and Taj used to talk about this one a lot.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and discuss this, and I'm hoping I get some more lady subscribers to come in here to dive in on this topic because I truly want to know what are y'all thoughts when it comes to this. And then later we're gonna touch on hateful Black liberals because I'm gonna go ahead and just keep it above. We're not gonna. To me, Black liberals are some of the most hateful people on the planet. And I'm just going to be straight up with it because like you really don't align with the us. It's what they want you to basically wherever the liberals are pushing, that's what you align with. And then even if somebody else is doing something that's great for everyone else, you don't care because it's not supporting what they're telling you to support. And it's crazy. Next, we're going to touch on I don't know if how familiar a lot of you guys are, but there has been a lot of unfortunate killings and deaths that's been going on in Nigeria due to them being Christians. And basically, Trump kind of addressed it, and Nicki Minaj backed them, and she got a lot of backlash on it. So we're gonna kind of touch on that. And here's another one hot. This one right here is for you, Solo. You already know it. Why won't Black men lead? We're gonna touch on that. And last, this one is kind of a bonus one. I added this one a little kind of lastly. I'm like, yeah, we got this. I'm gonna share a video clip on this, but basically there's a trailer. It's not, this one isn't an official movie, I believe. I believe this is more of an AI thing, but a lot of people in the comment section, as far as I can see, were saying they would pay top dollars to see this movie. And basically in this movie, Blacks gained back control and they forced, okay, there's Cairo people.
There she go.
So basically they forced the white people back to the Caucasus Mountains. That's what happened in this trailer. Matter of fact, Cairo sent it to me. You the one sent that to me. I just
yeah. That was funny.
I put it up in here. I thought that was like crazy. So
that was funny.
Yeah, so I gotta get everybody's opinion on that for sure.
Yeah.
So that's our 5 topics. And I'm gonna go back to the beginning. I see we got topics. Michael is in here now. It's crazy. Funny, he said on movie by China for 3 days, spamming the chat telling everyone to apologize. I think he got awarded too. Nigga, I'm not apologizing to you. Shut your legs up. It's bad. You said, did somebody call you out? Did who call you out? Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. Very first one. So I don't think we have any other women subscribers in here yet, unfortunately. Hopefully we get some come in before this topic is out. But we got 2 lovely ladies right here. We can just ask them. Do Black women resent Black men for what happened to us during slavery? You know, obviously right now, currently, especially in America, we're not in control of everything that's going on and stuff like that. And like I said, me and Tosh done had conversations and stuff about this. So we would love to get you ladies' opinion about it. How do you feel? Like, do you think maybe even subconsciously you may resent the black men for what has happened, and maybe that could possibly be the reason why they have kind of lack of respect for us? I guess I'll open it up. Kyra, I'll go ahead and let you address it first.
Why I gotta go first?
I know the ladies got to go first. Solo, if you want to go first, you can go ahead. You just your cameras are already on, not on mute.
Okay, well I'll go. I wouldn't say, I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for myself. I would say I don't resent black men. I don't resent black men now, and I don't resent black men for the situation that took place during slavery, because I know that it wasn't up to the black man. I think this is bigger than what we saying when we talking about physical. Because remember, I told you I have a little bit of esoteric knowledge. So retrospectively speaking, and people think that I'm suffering from psychosis, I think it was something that we did in our past lives, that caused slavery. And I think slavery was something, I wouldn't say it had to take place because it's fucked up, but divine destiny. But I mean, and you mentioned something about, I don't disrespect black men. I revere black men. You know what I mean? I'm like, how can you disrespect the most dominant, beautifulest creature on this fucking planet? You know what I mean? I don't care if it's a homeless black man. I know the black man potential. So me personally, like, I love black men. My father is black. My brothers are black. My cousins are black. They dominate. They strong. If I get into a situation with anybody, the first person I'm calling is a black man. I have so much respect for the black man. So me personally, no, I don't. I don't resent black men. I don't think I could ever say, oh, I resent black men, or I don't have respect for the black man, because I just think black men are just like the hierarchy on this planet to me, and there's nothing more better than a black man.
Appreciate that love, Cairo.
Right, that warms our heart. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's love right there.
I mean, what's better on this planet than a black man? You tell me.
we don't
name
get we don't get to hear that often, so
Man,
though.
hardly ever.
he say hardly ever.
You gotta think about it.
Hardly
Name a
ever.
white Michael Jordan. Name a Mexican Michael Jordan.
Right,
Name
right.
a white Mike Tyson. Name a Mexican Mike Tyson. An Asian Mike Tyson. Anything that black men do, they dominated. Then we got all different sizes, colors. We have a huge selection. We got a variety.
Right.
Every other race, they don't have that option. They just got you stuck with Asian. You stuck with a white, or you stuck with a Mexican. Then when y'all bodies, I don't know if y'all see yourselves. I don't look at other race and been like, I look at a black man, I be like, God damn it. And I'm gonna be honest, the first thing we go to is the print. I'll be like, let me
I hear that.
I mean,
yeah.
So you don't do that with any other race, because the first thing we thinking, they file is small, but a black man, we trying to see, we like, what that's hitting for. That's my opinion.
Much love, much love.
Much love.
Hey, I can speak for myself. I feel the same way about black women. That's
I'm the same way. I know. My bad. Go ahead, finish, Ty. My bad.
No, that's it. I mean, that's my strongest attraction is to the black woman. That's a fact. And my track record speak for that too.
Yeah, same with me. Like, I know sometimes it seems like I be hard on the sister sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes, but bro, at the same time, it do be out of love, because I feel like it's necessary in order for us to get back on top. That's just how I see it. It's never a direct attack that I just can't stand you because y'all, this, and that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Because like I said, I've never dated seriously any other ethnic group. I've never done it. And each time, even if I ever had thoughts in the back of my head about it? Yeah, I have. I'm not gonna lie about that. At the end of the day, I'm like, bro, I just can't see myself with them. So I go right back to my sisters and like, even if they giving me a headache, I'm like, man, we just gonna fight it out until I find the right one.
Right.
Right on.
So, Solo, what is your opinion on this matter?
I don't think that the generation of black women today, let's just say my generation, 30 to 35, I don't believe that we specifically re, like can't forgive black men today for slavery, but I do feel as though a lot of the what I would consider to be disorders in our relationships between black women and black men and black women, they stem from a history of issues that I think started in slavery. So maybe we had an issue within slavery and then it grew into that. Then that issue got worse and it grew into this. So I think that we don't reject you guys because of what happened during slavery specifically, but I do think that slavery created a whole bunch of issues amongst our relationships, and then it showed up differently in our relationships through time, and eventually developed into more serious issues, and probably what we are now faced with when it comes to women and men relationships. So not specifically, but I do think the symptoms grew throughout the history that has created such hostility in our relationships.
I have a
Okay,
question. Like, what issues? Because, like, me being in a relationship, I've been in a relationship for like 14 years with my same boyfriend, and to be honest, I don't like when people always say like they have issues in their relationships. I be trying to understand and determine like, well, what issues are they having? Because like in relationships, everybody have different type of priorities, right? So I think from listening to like brothers and men in general speak, like some of the issues arise by women unrealistic expectations. Like me, I'm a woman. Like I don't care about certain material things, but when I hear a lot of black men talking about their relationships and the woman they with, they like, she want me to go spend $300 on this purse. She want me to pay, keep paying for this weave, and I'm like, well, what issues do they have? Because like I'm not gonna say I have the perfect relationship, but me and my boyfriend for 14 years, like we don't fight, we don't argue. When we wake up every morning, we smile at each other, we give each other compliments. Even if I'm looking busted, you know what I mean? He'll be like, Cairo, you look good. Or even if he look nice. And I'll be like, damn, you look good. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
I be trying to understand like when people, and then we don't hide anything. For instance, my boyfriend credit before he met me, he didn't have any credit. But I'm a woman when I meet a man, because this is how I was reared by my parents. You want to build with this man, because that bond. So when I first met him, I wasn't worried about what he had or what he didn't have because I saw potential. So I'm like, I'm going to help him get it. And when he get it, I'm going to be put in a situation where I don't have to do anything because I was the one who helped him to get to this situation. So he didn't have any credit, nothing. I had all the credit. I put him on my credit card. I helped him get a job. We started saving. And when he got to that point to where we was comfortable, he was like, now you don't have to work. You know what I mean? So I'm a woman. When I see a man, I'm not thinking about, I want you to have this, I want you to have that. Because I know that man not gonna respect you because you didn't help him build to get that. So by me and my boyfriend building from the ground, like we never really had any issues. And me, I'm not the type of person that I'm about to be like, oh, I'm about to spend $500 on this bag. I'm like, no, we gonna stack this $500 because we got a goal and we got an objective. You know what I mean? So that's why I be trying to understand like what issues do people have in a relationship that can have a connection with like trauma. I don't understand. Like what caused these issues?
Well, I wasn't specifically talking about relationships such as romantic relationships. I was generally talking about us as a whole instead of individual experiences. So when we're talking about black men and black women, I mean, you guys tell me, do you think that we have perfect or semi perfect relationships? I always feel like there's a lot of issues that's going on amongst black women and black men, and these things come up. It definitely has to me exploded with this new social media podcast. You know, everyone has a podcast, and so I think that you get to hear how how some individuals think about black men, or you hear black men being bashed on the internet, you hear black women being bashed on the internet. It has exploded, and you know, for views and whatever. So from that, and the fact that, you know, our divorce rate is high, a lot of our kids are not born in wedlock, that's relationship stuff, but I'm also talking about platonic relationships as well. So if you guys think that the relationship between black men and black women are on a level that that's something that we shouldn't be concerned about, or that shouldn't be something that's important, I understand, I would respect your opinion. But as for me, I feel like that there's a lot of, especially relationship issues that's going around with the uh black men and black women. But when I say relationships, I'm talking about platonic relationships, our ability to work together to uh, build our communities, our ability to rely on each other. I don't really see that. Now, you may experience that in your personal relationships, but as a whole, that's not something that I feel as though is being highlighted. I feel like it's a lot of issues between black men and black women is what being highlighted. So that's what I say when I'm addressing the issue.
But I was like asking, like, what causes the issues? Like, what is the issues?
I mean,
Ali,
of course, it's different issues. Like, us when we're talking about as a group, us individually are going to have our own issues. It's not going to be something that is universal amongst all black people, but there's going to be an issue that each party, each couple is going to be dealing with. Maybe your issues in your relationship aren't aren't big to you, or maybe that your platonic relationships are working out, but that isn't black people as a whole. That isn't their experience based on what we're seeing in the social media. Like, we see black women on the internet. For me, you see them in the comments bashing black men. You see black men in the comments bashing black women. So to me, that tells me that if I can go on a post and go to a page, go on the internet, go on the comment section, and I see a black woman bashing a black man, I click on her profile and she's just a regular person. Like, she's a real person. Like, you see like personal stuff about her on her page. I'm thinking like, damn, it's actually black women out here who would say such a thing about a black man. And the same goes for black men. So to me, if we have people in our community that's willing to bash the other party, then I think that we have issues amongst each other.
I don't know. I don't bash black men. I think we talking about a specific type of group, a category of black women that's bashing black men. Because I mean, conscious, intellectual black women know we need black men. We depend on black men. So my personal opinion, like, how can we bash them? Like, if I get into a confrontation with anybody, I'm not about to go call a white man. I'm not about to call a Mexican man. You know what I mean? Like, to me, black men are our protectors. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just not one of them type of women that's bashing black men. So that's why I be trying to rationalize and ask questions to understand. Cause I'm like, what's the issue? Like, see, everybody saying it's an issue, but what's the issue?
I
Uh,
mean,
uh, let-
I'll be honest with you. More of, like, if you're talking about romantic relationships,
But we could talk about in general, like how you said, like, what's the issue in general with black men or black women that
like, but this is we're talking about the relationships between black men and black women. Um, just
Michael set that
friendships,
up.
right? I
Damn.
think, I think that's possible, that it wouldn't exactly be an issue, but like I said, that is, different people are going to have different issues.
but can you
Maybe
just
your
give me like
platonic
one
relationship,
example of like one issue
let,
so I
let
can
me throw
understand?
let me throw something out there. I would say power struggle to give a short answer to that question, Cairo.
I would
I
agree with
think in
that.
modern day relationships, if I could narrow it down to one issue, it would be the power struggle between the black man and the black woman.
Now I understand. See, that's what I was asking. Like, I need like an example so I can understand because I don't understand. Like, what issue?
Mm. Yeah, power struggle. I mean, the way the society been engineered for our women to kind of have a certain level of power. Is difficult for them to kind of respect. And I like what the guy what you just put up, Jamie, Terrence Johnson. That's a good comment too. It's all an illusion. We've been and have always been the best. This the key part right here. Once we learn to love and respect, that word right there, respect, and
That's
respect
good.
each other, the will will break. And he put respect twice, so you already know. So I would say power struggle.
Mm-hmm. Because that's
And I can say that from experience. I've been in situations where I felt challenged by a black woman, and it was based around, and it was in a,
plenty
so
of
yeah.
And
And it felt like a power struggle. Like they wanted to challenge me for the power. But Cairo Solo, my thing has always been, when we go out in society, I'm the one who got to sacrifice my body to protect us, and you can't put no price tag on that.
Yeah.
So that's why with me on a personal level, I kind of set the boundaries and and so and then we move like that. And if she's not with it, then we just not meant for each other. Because the men have to make that ultimate sacrifice if it came down to it. And, so what y'all got?
Yeah, so I was going to say, yeah, it's definitely what you said. It's the power struggle. I'm sorry. Like, once I think we're probably, which is crazy, because they purposely did this. They're very strategic with the things that they do.
Mm-hmm.
We're the only, think about this, the most powerful group of men on the planet is the only group of men that they made the women look like they're stronger than. Think about that.
Good point. I know you like it.
It has been installed into them so much that they actually believe it now.
Well, Jamie, where do everybody think it started? We could say a decade, probably a decade more than a year. Which decade would y'all say?
You already know what year I'm going to. You know what years I'm going to. That stuff started like the 70s, 80s mark. That's where it started.
Challenging the head of the house. Yeah.
Once they started, it's crazy. I was the man out of the house law. Once that was put in place, that's when it really started.
Okay, and that's power. So the government gave the women of our culture the power, and it's hard to
be able to put their men out of the house and not be needed. Once that happened, it made them feel like they don't need us. And that's why I tell them, with the thing that's going on with the Trump and the SNAP benefits thing, I'm not one to hip hooray because they're not getting their stuff like that. But at the same time, essentially what he's doing is he's putting them in the position to be like, look, you do need your man. Because without the government assistance, you do. Most of them.
Good point.
I think I'm gonna just speak for me in general. Maybe it was the way that I was raised. I never was raised to challenge a man's authority, because there's nothing to me more precious. And I think maybe I'm just too feminine, but I'm retro where I believe the man is the head of the house. The man go out there, protect and provide, and a woman cultivate and rear. I'm retro like that. I don't know, but I just feel like my personal opinion, everybody perspectives is different. I come from an era where you wanted to, I don't know, you wanted to be taken care of by a man. You never wanted to be the man. But I think I agree with you guys with this generation of women. I think they're different. To me, they're too aggressive. I see a lot of women, they real aggressive. And I'm like, damn, like, where's all that aggression coming from? Like, like, what's wrong with being soft and being feminine? I don't know. I'm not that type of woman, but I do see it. So I don't know.
From what I'm hearing, our women feel like we don't fight hard enough for them, so they got to ante up their testosterone, if you will, or what I mean. They got to man up, so to speak. And that's what I hear to a degree. You know,
So
because
let
we
me
want to
ask
step
you this.
up.
I'm
Go ahead.
glad you said that, Taj. I'm glad you said that. So in a situation, let's say there's been a threat that has been put out, right? And like the police, the authorities are there. It could be the FBI, whoever. And they're there to try to protect all the people up in there, the women that's in there. They tell them, look, you don't do this, you don't do that, or else you're going to put us all in danger and stuff like that, right? Stuff like that happens all the time. It can be like a bank robbery, it can be a bomb threat, whatever it is, right? When those situations happen, they are quick to accept that authority. They don't question it, right? They don't say you're being controlling and all that shit when it comes to that. But when we try to tell them that type of stuff, it's you're controlling. You're insecure. But it's essentially the same thing. So that's why we're getting to the bottom of this about, is it some kind of resentment to the point that you don't respect us for when we say it? Because we know, if you are actually a good man, you know the reason why I'm telling you this is because I'm trying to protect you, even if it's from you protecting you from yourself, that you can't see it. But they won't listen
Well, if
unless.
a man is protecting, like for me, for example, like when my boyfriend was taking care of like everything, I had no other choice but to listen. You know what I mean? Because if I don't listen, then who's going to provide for me? But like I said, like everybody is different. I'm not one of them type of women, so I'm not about to challenge a man. If this man is providing for me, if he's taking care of me, if he's a good man, I'm listening. Like I don't. That's the part I don't get. I'm like, why wouldn't I want to listen? Because I don't want these benefits to stop. And especially if he's
Mhm.
loving me too. So I don't. I'm a woman. He's a man. How can I try to challenge a fucking man? Like, I don't get that.
Yeah.
That's just me. I don't. So I'm not one of them type of women. I'm not about to challenge a man. Um, I'm not about to, especially if this man, when we get upset and or in general, because I'm talking in relationship terms, but in general, when I go out in public, and I see black men, like I told you guys, I'm one of the type of woman, I revere black men because I see black men consciously for who they are. So there's no resentment for me, you know. I don't have any hate towards black men. Like I said earlier, I look at black men in a totally different way. I look at them like they're the most dominant creatures on this planet. Like, who don't want a black man? So I don't have any resentment. Um, I feel like we have the best men on this planet. That's my opinion. So I don't understand anybody else. I don't, I can't give an answer for that. Like, that's just not, I'm not that person. I don't resent black men. I feel like the black man is the most dominant creature on this planet. For even from a homeless black man. You know what I mean? He could be a homeless black man. I'm still looking at him like he's still a dominant black man.
Right.
There's no resentment.
Okay, so do you feel like all men though? I'm just curious because I hear that you're saying even when it comes to a homeless black man. So I'm just saying like men that aren't, so the best of men, like let's say they do things. I'm just trying to get some distinction to understand it.
Okay.
They know they got kids, but they don't give a damn. They just doing whatever they doing. Even them.
Well, this is the thing, right? It depends on if you were like me. I had both parents in the house, so I saw a man being a provider, being a protector of loving a woman, and I was schooled by that man, what qualities to look for in a man. So when I'm interested in a man or a man interested in me, the whole time I'm sitting up there interviewing him. You know what I mean? Like I'm asking questions to determine if I want a relationship with this man because I know good qualities in a man because I was cultivated by one. So I think some women mess up, when they go out and they have relationship with these wrong men and they get scarred and they look at every man like that. You know what I mean? I look at certain qualities in a man. Like if a man is interested in me and he has a baby mama or that's what they call them, or a daughter with a woman, and she texts him like, hey, I need some money, and he don't respond to her and don't answer, like she always asking, I'm like, oh no, I'm not about to, because people have patterns, like I'm not interested in him in no type of way, because look at his patterns, that can be me. So I just look at certain qualities in a man before I make a decision and determine, do I want a relationship with this man?
Okay, so
You got it, Jamie.
I was just going to address one of Ali's comments. She said aggressive grows from abuse in the household, especially around the 80s and the crack eras, children raising themselves.
See, we wasn't abused. That's why I told you I didn't even get whippings from my parents. You know what I mean? That's why I told you. See, I don't understand that everybody is different. You be talking about certain subject or certain classic categories of people. That's why I told you, like, I was loved by a man. Even my brothers. My brothers used to comb my hair. You know what I mean? Buy me little black baby dolls. They showed me love too. So everybody looked for different qualities in a man. And certain women, if they wasn't raised by their father or didn't have a man in the house, that's why a man is so important. They don't know what love is. They go out and looking for it in the wrong way. See, I was raised by men, so I know how a man's supposed to behave towards a woman. You know what I mean? Because I had that example at home. So the same examples that I saw in my parent is the same example that I go out when I see in men. Like, is he going to take care of me? Is he going to protect me? Is he going to provide for me? Is he going to be loyal? Anything other than that, I'm not interested in. Because I don't want to be a statistic. And we got a lot of black women out here that statistic and anger and frustration build up from that too. Because when you go out, I'm that type of woman. I want that man to pay for everything. That make me feel good. I'm just not even gonna, I'm front. But then when I go out, I see some women, I be like, damn, they ain't got no man, 2 kids, stroller. Then they be having attitudes. And I be like, damn, I see why. Because they looking at you with this man on your side. Your aura is something else. And they want that too. And anger comes from that. And a lot of women are out here sexually frustrated. Men too. They not getting it. So they angry. Me, I'm getting piped down. So I'm like, damn, I'm being honest. I don't have nothing to be frustrated about.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, they ain't getting no. I'm telling you, you ever saw a woman, she be so angry, and then as soon as she gets some, her whole attitude change. They out here running around sexually frustrated. Because most women that have a man at home and we getting it on a regular, we ain't about to be out there mean, angry, trying to fight. You know what I mean?
Good point. Yeah.
So, Feather, you think that's vice versa for us? I'm gonna ask Taj that.
It's
like,
the
we
release.
be out angry and stuff like that because we
yeah.
frustrated.
Yeah. I mean, that's the release. Whatever pressure and stress we going through, you get it off in that session, and then you relieve that. So that's a good point Cairo made there. It's a lot of out here, upset because but I mean, damn, the wall we gotta bust through to get to that swimming pool. You know what I'm saying? That's a 10 feet thick ass wall.
Yeah, like
fucking, but she making a great point that if that's what it is, like, why is
y'all disagree with me? You gonna disagree with me with what I'm about to say, but that's the reason why we mess with hoes sometimes, man, because we ain't got to deal with the escrowness that comes.
Yeah, you get that release.
Sorry.
Yeah,
because like she said, we be sexually frustrated,
that's
and
key.
in order to release that, like Taj just said, the ones that's we go to them,
right?
Without commitment, because the commitment, a lot of them be having these super bad attitudes and always on you about something, stressing you the hell out. You ain't got to come. You ain't got to deal with all that.
Right.
All right. So I mean, that was a good little segment. I guess if nobody else has any follow-ups or comments on it, I'll go ahead and move to the next topic.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody good? Cool.
Yeah. I think we spent enough time on that one. We already at 40.
Yeah. All right. So on to the next one. We're talking on hateful black liberals. Because to me, this is crazy. That's why I put this one in here. Because this shit right here is really crazy. We talk about it's like we fake pro-black. I'm gonna say this because if you ask me, pro-black, if you claim it to be that, it should be in support of our kind, even if don't agree with them 100%. You give them, because this is the thing. They wanted us to do that when it comes to Barack Obama and Kamala Harris, even though she ain't really black. But they was pushing her to be. They wanted the people that, didn't agree with her stuff to do it. But on the flip side, when it comes to somebody that's running for Republican, no, we're not gonna, you hate, you hate yourself, you against us, you a spoon, spoon, but what the real word I'm saying. All of that they'll say about them when it comes to that, and this it can be a black, black woman or a black man. And in this case that I'm about to bring up is a black woman. So this past election that just passed, there was a black woman that was running for governor of Virginia. And black people could have made a huge difference in this election. I'm going to pull it up. And they voted for this because you can see it right here at the left-hand side, the picture right here. Those are the two candidates. They put that white woman right there in office. Black people did it. And I just thought that is crazy because y'all be so quick to talk about, support black women but only when your liberal people are telling you to. That's pretty much what you're saying by doing this. All right, so everybody can see the screen now, right?
Yeah, Virginia governor results 2025.
Yep. So this black woman right here, Winsome Sears, she ran for governor. Now I'm going to scroll down and let you see some of this craziness. Look at the black vote. 93% voted for this white woman. 93 in Virginia at that.
Yeah.
That is insane.
That's party over person. They putting the party over the person.
But that's what I'm saying though. They don't keep that same energy when it comes to a Democrat and stuff. I agree with you saying. I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying like they wanted everybody else that didn't agree with Kamala to just vote for her because she's black, so they say. But now they're not keeping that same energy for this woman who's clearly black. We don't have no dispute when it comes to her. And then this is a state where that is knownly racist. You know what I'm saying? Like you can argue the most racist state of all the 50 states. You had the opportunity to put a black woman in the governor's office, and y'all chose.
But what is her political ideology? Because sometimes people just be like, they black. But just because you be black, like, what is your ideology?
Right. Good point.
What I mean?
I agree with
That's what I want to know.
I
Look at
agree with you.
Kamala. I knew I wasn't voting for Kamala when she was talking about opening borders. I was like, oh no, get her out of there. We already over here struggling as a group of people. You trying to let immigrants come over here, take some more of the resources, the little ones we have. Man, get up out of office, please. Somebody. Yeah. So what is their ideology? Because all kinfolks saying kinfolks.
That's real. And you beat me to it, Cairo. That's one of my phrases. You beat me to it. Go ahead.
But my point is,
all kinfolk ain't kinfolk.
My point is, they could have kept that same energy that they were trying to do for Kamala for this lady.
But let me get this one, Cairo. You leaving one thing out, Jamie. Kamala is in the Democratic Party, so that goes back to party over person. If Kamala was a Republican, it wouldn't have went that way. They wouldn't have supported her just because she was a black Indian woman, running as a Republican.
It runs deeper than that, bro. I'm just saying, like The amount of evil that these folks possess is crazy. Because
Mhm.
we're gonna dive deeper into it on this next topic. Actually,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. But we're gonna dive a little deeper on this next topic. But my point is like, bruh, with the night, because with the Nigerian thing that we're gonna touch on right after this, they jumped on Nicki Minaj.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't care if it's like, this is the thing. You're so hateful that just because somebody have different political views for you, even if they are okay, let's just say you what you're saying is the truth, but they're saying that, look, we're gonna stop them killing the Nigerians over there because of their religion. You get mad at somebody that agree with that, say, oh, you ain't, like, that's crazy, bro. Really, these two topics should have been put together, to be honest with you. But they kind of coexist.
They do. Yeah, I was just thinking that. You could have put them together. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have been together.
That's cool.
So actually, I'm gonna go ahead and just combine. Bro, Branford, I'm not apologizing to you. I'm pretty sure Taj not. Solo, damn.
For real, I saw that. I said he done drug he done pulled me
Like,
into
nigga,
my Taj
just shut
apologize.
up.
Like, I don't know who the hell you is.
I'm trying to figure out what are we apologizing for.
we don't owe his niggas shit.
Hold on, y'all.
Nigga just out of his mind, bro.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, funny.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear about this Nigerian thing because I've only seen.
I'm gonna go ahead and move into it because, like I said, they together basically. So it's crazy. It's this. I mean, I don't want to play her video because it's kind of it's a little on the longer side. But what happened is a lot of them are being murdered over there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like in the hundreds of thousands mark. It's not just,
God, I didn't know it was that many.
Yeah, it's not just a small amount. They tearing them up over there.
But why? What's going on?
Because they Christians.
It said 100,000s.
Yeah.
That needs to be world. Whenever that many people getting killed at one time, that needs to be world news.
Exactly. And
I didn't know
that's
it was
the
that
point
bad.
that I'm getting to. Why isn't it?
Yeah,
And the reason why is because the people they control are the liberals. That's why this stuff is CNN, liberal network, ABC, liberal, NSB, NBC, all of their networks are controlled by them. But see, they benefit from that. So they're not gonna, because they're in bed with some of those people that's in there, and they're trying to control stuff over there.
The liberals?
Mm-hmm. So they're not gonna report any of that shit.
But I thought the liberals protect like Christianity and religion and stuff like that because they want to push that and promote that. No,
not that's the conservatives. Conservatives protect
conservatives are actually more.
Yeah. When it comes specifically to Christianity, that's conservative.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, liberals are more. The liberal phrase is live and let live. So that's why you get all of the the
think about it. They can't push like homosexuality and stuff and push religion.
Right. That's why I jumped in on this.
Don't go together.
Yeah. Right. Good point.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, liberals kind of open. Liberals are open to just everybody, really.
Because I know I always said the liberals talking about equal opportunity, all this. So I'm like, you know what I mean? I thought it was like a connection with them in Christianity. I didn't know that.
Nah, not at all. Not really. I mean, they're connected to it, but it's really the conservative side that really protect the religious values, specifically the Christianity stuff.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, liberals are kind of open to whatever you into. Like I think it started with the flower power people back in the 60s with the y'all familiar with them? Like people, the hippies. I said the flower power,
Okay.
but the hippies, yeah. So the liberal movement sort of, I could be wrong on that, but I know it was popularized through them.
Hmm.
Just pretty
Yeah,
much
but that's
free
a good way,
love.
though. You know what I mean? Because, like, retrospectively speaking, people had always had their different perspectives. But I don't know. I don't think that gives people the right to try to like terminate you based upon your belief or
Your
your
belief,
yeah.
right?
Like people believe in what they want to believe in. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play a little small short clip that kind of describe it a little bit, so y'all can be a little bit more, up to speed of what's going on over there.
I know this ain't thought
Is President Trump said all options are on
It
the
is.
table here for this, even kinetic military action. This isn't going to be, in my view, boots on the ground or anything like that. I would like this to be resolved, obviously, without any military action, but the United States. But if that is what's called for here to stop this killing, I think that is certainly an option that needs to remain on the table. But we're not talking about a nation building counterinsurgency exercise in Nigeria. That is not what we're going to be doing here. I don't think that's what the president's talking about. I think what you're talking about is targeted strategic counterterrorism strikes to get rid of some of the top leadership if that's what it's going to take to start to fix this problem. But that said, we're hopeful that the Nigerians can partner with us and start to address some of these things on their own. That's their view, and I think their view is.
This is probably not the best of one. I'm not gonna lie.
It was good. That was good. Because you get a little bit of information about what's going on and what they, they plans, how they plan it. But I thought those
I
countries
kind of
were
want to
so.
get more into what they were doing directly, though.
But how you just go them
when you
sovereign
have
countries?
the numbers of 5-1 Christians versus non-Christians being murdered by these Islamic terrorists in Nigeria right now. Now, certainly I understand the Nigerian government does want to classify this as systemic genocide and persecution of Christians, but it is absolutely clear that is what is happening. Now, hopefully they'll come to the table with us and partner with the United States to defeat this scourge in their country and protect the Christians that are suffering. I'm not satisfied with the openness and cooperation we've seen. We've been providing security assistance to this country since at least 2009, billions of dollars worth of arms sales, training, and equipment that they've received. And it's a question of prioritization in what's important to them. And clearly, this has not been one of the most important things. And I think the president has focused them in making this an important issue because it's something that we can't allow to continue and just watch the slaughter of Christians of their country while they're just looking the other way. I mean, we had a great example just a few weeks ago where a pastor warned the government of an impending attack, and the government literally put out a press release saying it's fake news, it's overblown, this is hyperbolic. And then within 24 hours, that pastor and 20 of his congregants were murdered. So this is certainly something they're not taking seriously, but President Trump is going to ensure that they're going to take it seriously. But basically everybody else out there in the mainstream media has just been ignoring this for a very, very long period of time. And I don't know, is it because it's folks in Africa and they're Christian and who cares? Well, I'll tell you what, I care. And I know a lot of the Christian communities in my state of West Virginia, they care. They don't want to see their brothers and sisters murdered for the profession and their faith in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Oh Lord. Wait a minute. You heard his tone when he was like, I don't care if it's just folks in Africa. Because did y'all hear that tone just switch up? Because I know I did.
Yeah, I caught it.
But anyways, so as you kind of heard him say, Trump is threatening to go military warfare over what's happening over there. And after this was released, the rapper Nicki Minaj came out and kind of praised Trump for, saying that he's planning on making it one of his top priorities to go over there and stop that because, there should never be a point in this world where somebody's being killed for their religious practice. So the fact that she did that, when I tell y'all, I seen so many people under the comment section when Nicki Minaj posted that trashing her, talking about you the new Kanye. This lady done lost it. She retarded. She's stupid. All kinds of crap. I'm like, bro, over that? Like, and then the craziest part is that I'm pretty sure that majority of them that's saying that identify as Christians.
And they're colonized because retrospectively speaking, we wasn't Christians or Muslims. That was given to us from the Caucasians, from the Neanderthals, Athoy, however you say Neanderthals, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, these people, I don't know, because we never. I mean, yeah, they just colonized. A lot of people are colonized.
Yeah, but see, my thing is, colonized or not, it still shouldn't be happening to them. And the fact that people are mad that Trump is saying something should be done about it, I think it's crazy and evil and hateful.
But Christianity, I know you like you said you're gonna get mad at me earlier, but man, I feel like you know what I mean? Like, woo, Christianity keeps a whole lot of people. What is the word called? It starts with a
Crusade.
D. No, docile.
Oh, docile. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I don't know. I see it like me. I'm not a Christian. You know, I'm not Christians. I'm not. I was. I don't believe in any of that. But a lot of Christians, when I talk to them, first of all, let's just say this: who are Christians revering when they walk in that church? So that gives you a little idea, like you know, the foundation of Christianity. For one, I'm not saying that I agree with you going over there, but then some people, I don't want to go into that because people will be mad at me because they say politics and religion are two subjects that you need to avoid. You know what I mean? So I don't want to give
Typically,
my perspective on that because some people will probably try to go in on me. But I remember somebody said, I think it was what's her name? Oh girl. Didn't she murder a whole lot of people too during slavery? She had to. What was her name? Sojourner. What's not Sojourner? What was the Harriet Tubman?
Harriet Tubman.
oh,
Yeah.
Harriet.
So
Okay.
we might look
Yeah.
at it like, damn, but shit, some folks need to go.
Support. What is this link that you shared? What is that exactly? Um, Solo, you've been kind of quiet. You have any opinion on this matter?
Hello.
Okay.
Um. Okay, so I guess I have two takes, right? I mean, I feel like in Nigeria, there's been a lot of hostility between Muslim and Christians, and it's been going on for a long time, right? So there's Christians dying, there's Muslims dying in Nigeria. Even though America's supposed to be a no religion state, we don't claim to be a part of no religion as Americans per the Constitution. If Trump says that he's going to go anywhere in Africa and stop
Solo, you dropped out.
Yeah. You can't hear you no more.
from the other country, it's something that they're trying to steal. It
Hey,
happened
we're gonna
with
need you to
Iraq.
repeat it.
It's
Hey,
happening with
Solo.
Palestine, and now he's making the allegation. I mean, he said it in the Congo for the Congo recently. You know, you guys are killing people, and we're gonna put military people in these areas to help save the people. But in my opinion, this is Trump trying to invade these people country. and steal their oil. That's just my opinion. Now, if you tell me Trump is going to go to Nigeria and save lives and come back with just as much oil as he went there with, he's going to come back with no type of financial benefits. He's going over there to save lives. I would support that, even though when it's I don't believe Trump cares about African people enough to do anything where it's not going to financially benefit him. Then the second part of it is that if you're telling me that he's going to go over there and save these people's lives and he's going to leave with just as much money, just as much resources, he's not going to steal anything from those people, and he's just going over there to save lives, I would support that. But this isn't what America does. They go into these countries, they, steal these people resources, and then they leave them with, sort of bankrupt. So that's my sort of my take. So, if he's gonna go over there and save lives for real and not rob these people of any type of financial gain on his part, I would support him going over there.
I can see him.
But from my experience with following American politics, when they go into a country, they threaten them with military things like that. They're going over there to steal, and they want to steal, and they want to have a reason for being over there. Otherwise, it violates international law probably. So that's sort of my opinion. If he's going over there to save lives, then I support it. But if he's going over there to steal and he's just using this lie, or he's using this conflict to blow over and make it bigger than what it is because he wants to go over there and he wants a reason to go over there and steal, then no, I don't.
So it's kind of hard for me to address what you said because we couldn't hear you for a good amount of time. I was trying to tell you, but it's like you couldn't hear me.
You're muted if you're talking. I don't hear anything.
No, I'm not muted. You can't hear us. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Pick up your phone. Something happened on her end. I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at us. Why we don't care?
What up, Cairo?
Yeah, I think she's probably about to come back in. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Some kind of connection.
I don't know. I think they report a lot of fake news. I think this country have too many what do they call alliances, that they don't really have to use war tactics anymore. They can just go over there and give a convincing story and get any resources they want to. So a lot of times they do report fake news, and I think this is just a way to just like put some type of emphasis on Christianity and religion, because those are the two religions that predominantly dominate this universe. And then I have a lot of friends that I know that's from Nigeria, and predominantly Christianity is the dominant religion over there in Nigeria, even though it's split in half. So how do you have all of these so-called Muslims that's massacring all of these Christians over there when Christianity is the dominant race in Nigeria, even though it's split in half? That's what I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Cairo, you just said it earlier when you was talking about that docile. Remember you used that word docile?
Docile, yeah.
Yeah. Now Islam ain't docile at all. Like
that's
I know
true.
A little bit of, I know a little bit about Islam. It ain't Islam is eye for an eye. But like you said, if Christianity is docile, then I think that's how you can get. That's a great point you pointed out. Like the Muslim, like, yo, we just gonna keep coming at y'all. Then the Christians are praying and not defending themselves.
Right.
Yeah. That's a docile thing.
That's
that Dr. King ideology.
That's why I don't like Christianity. What I was going to convey earlier, because it keep black people docile, man, because they're already looking when they go into church. The first image they see is that white Jesus. And most Christians, like I done had conversations with them. If you ask them what color is God, they get so angry because they don't want to say black, because they got so much self-hate. They'll be like, God is in the spirit. I mean, God is in he's a spirit. He's not a color. You know what I mean? So they the main reasons them Christians probably like, I ain't gonna lie, just be like, Lord, it's just woo. You know what I mean?
Okay, real quick. Solo, you can hear us now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, when you were speaking, what I was trying to tell you is that I don't know, like kind of in the beginning, maybe more so towards the midway point, your whole like audio went out. So and then it came back in. So we missed a lot of what you said. So we kind of didn't know what you were saying with some of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to say it over, you can, but like we kind of missed some of it.
Okay. Well, the point I was just making was that, if Trump is going to Nigeria to save lives and not financially gain or financially steal from these people regarding money, natural resources, or whatever, and he's just going over there to stop the violence, I fully support that. But I don't use that hasn't been my experience with following international politics with the United States. Usually when they go to a country for any reason, it's to steal, it's not to help people do anything. So that would be my concern, really, is that, if they go over there, what exactly what are they going to be doing? Are they going to be saving lives, or are they going to be, stealing? And, they're using the Christians being killed as an excuse. So that would be my concern. Nigerian government says that it's been sort of the steady. It's not like they're just massacring thousands of Christians every day. They say over a period of time there has just been constant back and forth between the Christians and
Oh,
Muslims. So the Nigerian government is like, well, this has been going on for some time. I mean, yeah, the numbers are high, but the numbers are high on the Muslim side too. They've been going back and forth. So
oh,
we're trying to
gotcha.
get control over it. We're trying to, stop this violence. But of course, just like what's going on in America, I don't know why it's black Christians right here in America that is suffering that Trump don't give a hell about. So I don't really think that this is he's not trying to go over there and help people and save lives. He's going over there to exploit and steal resources and get money for the United States government. So that's just my opinion. But if he's going over there to save lives and he don't financially benefit from going to Nigeria, then maybe the United States can help them stop the violence. But that just hasn't been my experience with them.
Okay, so what I gotta say in response to that is you're definitely right about America's history when it comes to shit like that. They absolutely create conflict and lie to the American people like, oh, we're over here for this because and we're here to save these people, but in actuality, they're there for another agenda. You're
Uh-huh.
100% correct when it comes to that. We've seen it done numerous of times. But my whole point of this discussion is if Obama was to say this, or if Kamala would have won and she was to say this, if Biden was to say this, they would be all for it. Oh, look at him. He's such a great person for going over there and protecting the Nigerians. But the fact that Donald Trump said it, they're
Right.
going against it. That's my
Right.
Right, but they do that for the Republicans as well. So I don't think this. I think it has everything to do with the political sort of the environment of the political spectrum. Trump can do something good, and people are going to disagree with it just because it's Trump.
yeah.
Obama can do something good; they're going to disagree just because there are competing policies, basically political parties. So, I mean, I think it goes for both sides
I,
because,
I'm gonna
yeah,
say this. I to a degree I agree with you, but slightly I disagree. I'm gonna say the reason why. Because from my experience, speaking with both sides, because I've been basically independent for quite a while. I've never been fixed on the Democratic Party, but I just never thought that I always felt like they were some lying finesse and muddle, and then like as far as the Republicans, I'm like, bro, at the end of the day, I'm not
Right.
going to believe everything y'all saying either.
Right.
So, but from speaking to people who resonates and identify themselves as Republican, and speaking with people who identify themselves as Democrat, Republicans tend to be way more logical. than Democrats.
Right.
And Democrats will just pick no matter what the situation is.
Right.
They will rely and say whatever the Democrats are doing. I've seen times where people who are Republicans disagree with what the Republican Party is doing. You don't see that with Democrats. It's very rare.
And have you ever paid attention when, like, the Republican Party is in office or president, immediately they execute? Democrats make a whole bunch of promises, but never fall through. Everything Trump said he was going to do before his inauguration, he got in there. I've never seen a president execute so fast like that. Everything he said, he done it. Obama made a whole bunch of promises, got in there, and ain't do shit.
Wait, what has
Oh,
Trump
and one thing
done?
I want to say real fast about earlier about this, I think a lot of black people just go with, oh, he racist, he this and that, and they fix on that. Then they worried about him sending the military to this place and sending the military to that place to execute the people over there. We shouldn't be focused on that, on other races or other people, because as black people, we got our own issues. And a lot of them people over there in these countries are living on stolen land. That's not even their land. So we shouldn't even be, my opinion, I'm not worrying about what's going on over there in Iran and who are they over there executing. I need to be focused on what's going over here, right here with us black people that's being oppressed, because they're over there in stolen land. They wasn't there 100,000 years ago, and them same people massacred the original indigenous people that was on that land. So if they getting their karma and their time, so fucking be it. You know what I mean? And I think that the people that's governing this universe right now, they have so much political power and influence. They don't even need to start wars because they have alliances. We don't need to come over here to Nigeria and and what's the word I'm trying to look for, and feed you people a bunch of lies or create chaos to start atrocities. We don't need to do that. We can just come over here, tell you a convincing story, get you to give us your oil, and we come back over here and we capitalize. We living in an era today where America has so many alliances, they don't even need to start wars. And most of us are so, what is the word I want to say? Complacent. You know what I mean? We don't even question certain things. We just go on, oh, this wrong, it is wrong. I think I'm a realist. You know what I mean? I'm like more the Republican Party. I just look at things differently. You know what I mean? My ideology is a baby rat. I'm not about to feel sorry for a baby rat because somebody done killed them. This baby rat gonna grow up to be an adult rat. You know what I mean? And we be worrying about people in Iran and in Iraq, but they children come over here and take the opportunities from our children. Why the fuck are we worrying about what the bombs or whatever that's going on with them? We need to be worrying about what's going on over here right now with ourselves, with our people, with our own community. Because I guarantee you, when we start killing ourselves, ain't nobody worrying about us.
Okay, so Solo, you was gonna make a point. Go ahead. What was it you're gonna say?
I was making a point about
when you were saying about Trump, what has he? I think you was going to ask, what has he? What promise did he make that he?
Yeah, but he's upheld.
Okay, so I can give you a couple. He said that he was gonna use mass terrorists and stuff on these countries and stuff to bring in more for America. He absolutely off the muscle did that. He also said that he was going to.
And they're paying them?
You said what?
And these countries are paying them, or are we paying them?
No, they're paying us. And then he also said that he was going to deport out of the illegals at a mass rate. He's absolutely doing that. We know he's doing that.
Now, are you sure about that? The terrorists.
And a lot of them illegals, they did get up out of here.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, because when I it's just when I read stuff about the terrorists, these companies aren't doing that. He backed off of the terrorists. He's not making them pay no more than what they've been paying.
Oh, he absolutely made China pay more than what they were paying. I'm telling you that now.
Okay, and then what else?
The deportation.
The deportation of the illegals. None of us can argue he's not doing that.
I think that's been heightened up by the media, because Trump still haven't even in Trump's first term, he didn't deport as many immigrants.
Sure, Obama deported way more than he did.
Yes, but I think that he is deporting immigrants at the same rate that every other president has
Hold on,
done.
hold on, real quick. We gotta get okay. I don't know, your background got all of a sudden really loud. There we go. Ooh. I don't know if it's that something in the background or if it's static.
That's something in the background.
James.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything good?
I mean, it's okay now. It's just like it seemed like something was in the background that was making some noise.
Is it my background?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me mute.
Oh yeah, it was his background.
Okay, so go ahead and continue.
I was just saying that just when I read on like the tariffs is that he's backed off the tariffs. He's told them that they didn't have to pay because they wasn't going to pay, especially China. So I'll go back and do my research. But when I was reading it, it was like China was like, we not paying them. But that's just what I've read. Maybe I
He did
just need to
back
do a
up
little
off the
bit more
terrorists.
research.
He did.
They had a long dispute war going on that they were doing.
Yeah, they're negotiating, but
Yeah.
it was
But
my understanding that it
they
wasn't like
agreed on something.
he
Because I
agreed.
was ordering a whole lot of stuff and they was charging so much taxes. Now they don't charge us
Exactly, because
taxes.
we are the consumer
Yeah, but
are
they don't. But
paying
like you say,
tariffs.
they
The
Which
backed up
gave
off
federal
the
us
terrorists.
leverage.
government is not there. China is not paying the tariff.
Right.
I never understood people hype on the tariff because as consumers we were gonna pay the tariffs. They're gonna pay them, but they're gonna charge us more for the merchandise to re-up their money. But to me, like I said, all I knew was that they were negotiating, but China was like, we're not paying the tariffs, but they're negotiating. As far as I know, I just maybe need to do more research.
What was that percentage on the tariffs though? Because they were charging relatively high. Because I remember I was trying to get some stuff during that time, and it seemed like taxes went up triple, and I was like, I'm not paying that. There's no way.
Right, but now y'all are praising Trump for the tariffs right now. But
No one's praising them.
now there
Now you're
is
creating stuff. No
no,
one's
but I'm
praising them.
saying y'all saying that he definitely you said that he claimed that he was going to raise the tariffs on on the other countries and have them pay for it. But now we're complaining about how we were ordering something and the cost went up on us, of course, as the consumers, because business owners are going to make their money by upcharging the merchandise so
But
that they can cover the tariffs, but the cost goes to us as citizens.
but a lot of
That's
citizens you have group of categories, right? Like people that they. How can I explain this? Like, say for instance, what is it called? What is it called when you opening up a business in certain area and they say you need to know your demographics?
I think demographics.
So they understand the demographics, right? And what the tariffs is doing is not hurting the consumers. It's hurting these huge production companies because if you charging this high interest rate, predominantly 80% of the people can't afford that. So they're not going to pay that. So you're going to lose a lot. You're gonna lose a lot. That's why everything had shut down for a minute, and you were saying a lot of stores was being empty. Anything wasn't coming in because how you said earlier, they were like, we're not gonna pay this. But at the same time, it's not hurting us as the consumers because we don't, half of the people, we're not millionaires. We don't have money like that. But these huge production companies, they're the ones with the millions. And if we're not spending, then they're not capitalizing. So that's what Trump was trying to do. He was trying to hit their pockets. Because if you walk in the store and the prices done increase and you on a certain salary and you make a certain amount and you go ahead and expect this and this shit no longer $100, $300, the average person cannot afford that because you need food, other basic necessities. You like, I'm not doing that. That's the
But
reality.
again, right, but that hurts the customer.
It's hurt
That
the consumers
doesn't
because we're not gonna
that
spend the money.
yes. I mean, but next you said that was one of the things that Trump said he was gonna do and the other countries are paying. Like I said, I didn't know that. But what else has Trump promised us? Because to me the tariffs fucked us over. It didn't really fuck the other countries.
Look. See, this is the thing. This is what I want you to understand. I'm not saying that Trump promised a lot of stuff
No,
and
I'm not
that
saying a lot of stuff. I'm saying, what did he promise that he's done in the first 10 months of his presidency? That, I mean, you ain't necessarily gotta be proud of, but just what has he done? What did he promise, and what has he done?
I just
Now you
gave
said
you
the
one.
That's a
tariffs.
fair question.
That
That's a
was
fair question.
one.
But he
I
just
just
answered her
gave
though.
you some.
He gave her examples, and those are all good examples. Because
Right,
like I
but you said the tariff. I know. I said you said the tariffs, and then I said, okay, that ain't what I read, but let's say that he did do the terrorist, even though I don't think the terrorist is a good example, because she just complained that the shit that she was ordering was more expensive under the terrorists. That tells you that these countries that he claimed he was going to get the money from are not paying it. We're the ones suffering because of
Yeah,
the
the people.
tariffs.
but we're not spending the money. So they suffering. They depend on
No, we
us.
are spending the money. Did you order your
Not
stuff?
I say I didn't order it. I said I didn't get it because I was like, there's no way I'm paying that. When I was telling you about demographics, like certain people, the 80% of the people are not going to spend that. Like this is reality, right? The pyramid. You got the slaves at the bottom. They're the ones who keep the pharaoh at the top. You know, they depend on the people at the bottom, the workers, the farmers, us.
So
So if
that's
we
so let me referee real quick. I think y'all agree on that point because that's what Solo and Cairo y'all making the same point that if you saying it's the people at the bottom, Solo, that's what you just said, right? The American people are suffering.
Yeah, we're the
but what
ones.
I'm saying
So,
is it's
but
hurting
I'm
the
saying
people
that
at
the
the top.
point. No, but I'm saying that the tariffs are
Wait, but
hurting the
let me ask Solo a
consumers.
question. Do you
That's
agree
not
that it's
something
hurting the
that
people
other
at the top?
countries are paying. We're paying the tariffs.
So you don't
Right.
believe that it's hurting the people at the top?
It's
I
not. It's
think
hurting the
that it
people at the
hurts them
bottom.
initially,
How is it hurting
but they
us? Then
do.
we don't got
No,
shit.
if I can, I believe it hurts them initially because they have to now pay that. But what they do to get their money back is increase the cost of their product,
Yeah.
right?
But
Yeah.
you're not gonna
Like
pay it. The average person not
that's
gonna pay
just
that.
that's they're gonna increase the cost. That's why stuff is
Yeah.
higher.
And they passed it when they do that, they pass the bill to the people. I got to rock with that.
No,
And
what
Yeah,
I was
like this
look,
is
look,
what
look, look, hold on. So what I was gonna say is, whenever you're dealing with terrorists, bro, that's gonna happen. Whenever you forget that, whenever you're trying to fix something in general that's messed up, in the beginning and the fixing process, you're going to suffer a little bit for the greater good. That's how this shit works. So I knew this going in. I was telling my mama this. I said I knew this going into this that this was going to happen. So I wasn't shocked or complaining about it.
but you said that the other countries were paying it.
Yes, but like I
They was,
said, it's
but they
not going
didn't
to
want to pay
happen
it, so
in
that's why
an
they started
instant.
to increase the prices to the consumers. They didn't want to pay it,
and
so that's
that
why
hit.
they
So
started
But
upping it.
so
as
let's
us as consumers, does that help us? The fact that now the cost is increasing because he's made these companies pay tariffs, and now our products are more expensive. Does that help us,
Yes,
or
that
does
help
no.
that not
us.
help
In
us?
the
It
long
help
run, it
us.
could.
It
Yes.
helps us.
How does it help? I got to hear
How
this.
does
Because
that
look,
help us? How
because
does
what you
that
start
help
doing
us?
is you start putting together your own resources, right? That's what Trump trying to say. So what we're gonna start doing is because all of the jobs usually are in these foreign countries, right? The mass production. So he was saying we're gonna tax them, right? To whereas they can't afford to ship nothing over here. And we're gonna start building factories and corporations over here and employing the people, and we're our own resources. So we don't need an outside source. We don't need them. Now they're not capitalizing off of us because everything is being made in-house. Bring the jobs back here. So when he was talking about terminating all of these benefits and all of these things, he was talking about creating jobs so people can no longer be complacent. We'll have jobs right over here in America. That's how it was benefiting us. Because
No,
foreign
I
countries
agree with
depend on
that.
us.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But I think that before Trump decided to increase the cost of the tariffs, he should have had a plan in place how he was gonna substitute all of China's goods for the American people. So now we're not ordering clothes from China. We're not ordering t-shirts, pants, panties. We're not ordering any of that because we're making it here. I didn't see that Trump put in these manufacturing plants where we can start making this stuff
He
But that
didn't.
was
here
a
and cut
plan.
off the
That's why it's
tariffs.
called a plan. Because we
Right,
plan
but
on doing it.
he's gonna make us pay that, not the other countries. You see, we're the ones paying for that
That's the
as
point
a
I want to see if y'all
consumer.
agree on. I want to see if Solo and Cairo agree on that point.
Oh,
That's
what
a good
point?
point she making.
I
Do
don't
you
disagree
agree
with
that the
nobody's point of perspective. You know what I mean? I see it
well,
from every angle.
I mean, do we agree? I say we, all of us. Do we agree that the American consumer is the one being given the bill?
Screwed over. We're the ones being screwed over.
I don't think so. I understand what she's
We are.
saying. I
Okay,
understand,
so look, let me jump in again. I'm gonna
but I
try
don't
it.
think
Please
so.
don't interrupt while I'm talking. So in a war, if you're trying to, I'm gonna use a different example. When the Civil War broke out, didn't a lot of people suffer? Yes, but they were fighting for a greater good, right? Yes. So what I am saying is, when it comes to this type of stuff, you're going to suffer in the beginning, but as long as you understand what the end goal of this is, you're willing to go through with it until it's time for you to enjoy what you fought for. That happens with everything. So that's what I'm saying with the with,
Now that I agree with. I agree with
with the
both of them, but
tariffs,
that I
bro,
really
we
agree
knew
with.
that was going to happen. We knew prices was going to raise for a little
Right.
bit because China on record was like, not, it wasn't just China either, even including Canada was doing the same thing, was trying to disagree with what he was saying. But he already knew, like, bro, we are the ones that buy 90 something percent of y'all goods. So you have to play ball eventually. You can try. They
but
plan.
we don't make them. So that's the point. And I'm not taking Solo. I'm not in
No,
her
but you
corner.
know
I'm
what?
just
Wait, Taj,
Hold
let me ask
on, bro.
Solo
Hold
something real
on. Let me
fast.
get done. Let me get
uh-huh.
done. It doesn't matter if we don't make them, bro. You can make the best product in the world. I can use multiple examples, bro. Like you can make a Ferrari. I don't care how good a Ferrari is, and everybody knows it. If people ain't buying it, how good is your product? It's
Right.
not too. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say. So the consumers are always going to have the leverage,
Wait, but
and
what
he
Solo
knew
was
that.
saying though, because I'm trying to understand her perspective too. Like, how will it hurt? Because I agree with Jamie. His philosophy 101%. But I need to understand her perspective too when she said like the consumers are going to hurt, because that part I don't understand. I don't see how like the consumers are hurt. So how will we? How will
Like,
us as the consumers? How will we not benefit from it?
see, I don't want to make it sound like I'm just taking her side because I'm
You
not.
ain't no nobody no,
I
but tell me.
understand. I
No, I'm not.
understand.
I'm here to learn. I'm not here to be
Here,
like, oh, we
so
taking sides. I'm
what
here
I'm
to see
hearing
from people's
Solo,
perspective.
what I'm hearing Solo say is Trump didn't think it all the
But
way
can she
through.
answer because I asked her?
Solo.
Yeah. So what I was saying was that if you're a business owner, right? You say, for
Okay.
example, you sell T-shirts,
Mhm.
right? And say, for example, your T-shirts cost $20 an hour, $20 per shirt that you sell to the consumer, but you get it from China for like $5 per T-shirt. So your profits are now $15, right, per T-shirt that you sell. If you have a business and now instead of it costing you $5 per T-shirt to sort of put it together and all of that, that is now costing you $10 per T-shirt to manufacture your T-shirt. Is you going to keep your shirt at $20, or are you going to increase the cost of your shirt? So you going to eat that $5, or you going to pass it on to your consumers?
Most
Okay, now I
people
see what you.
pass it on.
Okay, that's why
Most
I asked her
business
because I
owners,
wanted to
they're
understand.
passing that cost on to the consumer. They're not going to lose out on profits trying to care about the consumers and how much they're paying. You either pay it or you don't.
Right.
You either want it or you don't. If you
Right.
go in a
They
store and
can't
the
afford to
eggs
do
are
that.
three
They can't
dollars,
afford to do
and
that.
But like how she was saying too, now that's why I asked her because I wanted to see her perspective so I can understand. So now I clearly understand what she's saying, how she said it's gonna hurt us too. Because I was like, at first I wasn't understanding. So now I see, I can see what she's saying, like it will hurt some people. You know what I mean? If you used to getting your shirt for this, like she's
Like it's
saying,
just
now they
like
don't
a
went up.
drug dealer, bro. If you're a drug dealer and you sell most of your drugs to this particular group, right? And you do it so much that you rely on them buying a good percentage of your drugs, and then all of a sudden they decide like, bro, I'm your biggest, you know what I'm saying, supply, you know, consumer and stuff like that, bro. I think I think you should sell it to me for a lower price. If you don't have nobody else to sell it to, eventually you're gonna play ball because
Right.
if not, your stuff is just sitting on the shelf.
Right.
And what I was saying
Or
is,
you find new customers that's willing to pay your price.
let me get done. So what I was saying is that America buys over 90% of their product. That is a massive amount of money. You cannot find another, bro.
That's true. That's
People
facts.
like, I think if I'm not mistaken, the
That's
UK
facts.
is the second for them. And they can't even measure up to a 10% of the amount America supplies. So you really finna waste money and time trying to find the rest of the world to replace that big old massive gap of money that you're missing, or are you gonna just give them what they want?
But I guess that's not the reality of things that's going on in the world. The business owners, China, i.e., China, let's just say China corporations, they're saying, of course, we're gonna approve your tariffs. We're gonna pay whatever you want us to pay in tariff. Maybe they're fighting it, but ultimately, we're there. What they're gonna say is, you say you're gonna increase the tariffs to 4%. Okay, we're gonna agree with that, but what we selling our product for is what's going to increase,
Right.
and that's the what I am trying to explain. Is
Right.
like
Right.
these business owners are saying,
Right.
well, we'll agree with the 2% increase, but these items are becoming more and more expensive for the consumer because they're paying them, but we're the ones reimbursing them for how the increase in cost. Just like she said she wouldn't keep her shirt at $10 per shirt if it started, it wouldn't be $20 per shirt if it now cost me $10 per shirt. I'm not gonna eat that. I have to pay my rent. I have to pay my employees. I have to pay for product. Like
Right.
I'm not gonna
Okay, so
eat
let me
that
let me
cost.
tell you the
The
second half
consumers
though.
are. And
The
so,
sec
and in my experience, Americans as the consumer base we are,
Right.
we don't go to Kroger and argue with them about the price of the eggs. You either gonna pay the $3.50 for the eggs, or you're not gonna have eggs in your house.
we don't have
Or you're
leverage for ourselves. If we collectively came together
But
and
you
did
gotta let
that,
her
they would
finish,
have to
Jamie.
decide.
She, you, how you tell somebody don't cut you off, but you done cut her off?
So that's why you hear Americans complaining about how the cost of everything has gone up. The health insurance, the food, the gas, the taxes, everything is going up is because if you deport avocados from Mexico and it's charged, they're costing them more to get them to your store. They're not gonna keep the price the same and eat that. Like they're gonna say, well, now my avocados are $1.50 per avocado. Like they're not gonna sort of
Right.
eat that cost. So I mean, I think that we can try to like make a change, but I mean, other than Target, Target was probably like the best, probably like the most I would say boycottish thing that has happened in the world today. But I mean, majority of us are uh just going with the flow on the prices. Like we're just paying it and we're just struggling. And I think that is not only just a result of the tariffs, but also just the cost of living in America
Right.
is going up anyway.
Right. That's
And he
fact.
never went down. Like so
That is
it's just
true.
increase. It's just gonna
That's true.
increase. So it's just not the tariffs, but the tariffs did bump it up a little bit.
That's true. I do agree. I swear to God, like 101%. That's facts. Because some
Okay,
stores I go in this high, I'm like, I'm not, no, I walk out. I'm like, I'm not about to spend that.
true. So, but what I'm saying is, what I was going to say with that is that the only reason why we have to accept what they give us when it comes to that is because we are not collectively coming together saying we're not going to pay that. If enough people came, like you used Kroger for an example, if enough of us was to say we're not buying that at that price, like I'm gonna use the avocado for $1.50, like you said. If enough of us came together, let's say It's roughly almost 400 million people in America. If at least 100 million of us was to get together and said we're not doing that, they would change those prices. I promise you.
But then, like she said, that's not the reality of it. Most people gonna go with the flow.
Exactly. I agree with that. I agree with that. But I'm just saying in this particular example with America versus China, Trump was the one that was controlling whether your goods comes in or not. We're the number one consumers of you. So if he's like, no, I don't care what you say, the only way you can bring it in is if you pay those tariffs. Eventually, you're gonna have to tap out, which is what happened.
Right. But they didn't though.
They did.
Did they?
They did.
So they paying the tariffs.
They came up with an agreement. I'm gonna say that where
Because the
they have to
prices are
price.
relatively low now compared to when he first came out with the tariffs. That shit was like, I was like, no way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what happens in a tariff battle. In the beginning, the prices are going to skyrocket because you have a limited supply on how much is brought in because you're having a dispute. But once the dispute is over, now it can lower down. Now, let me address what was allegedly said to be the end goal of this. Now, we don't know whether or not this is going to happen or not, but they were saying once enough money has been brought in, Trump is trying to get rid of the IRS so that you won't have to be paying those ridiculous taxes at the end like that. That's
But he
what
already
was
started
said.
that, didn't he?
I've been hearing stuff about it,
He
but
started
hey,
that already, right?
Yeah, he's trying to end it. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's the end game. So think about it. Even if your prices are a little higher, if you're not paying those taxes, ultimately you're winning.
Right. But it's still, isn't it the same?
Now it depends. It depends on how much more you have to pay. Because now you have more money to be able to spend. Think about it. You're always in the winning position when the economy is spending. But if they ain't got the money to be able to spend,
Right. That's the issue.
anyways, though, we spent a good little amount of time on that. I didn't even expect that one to pop out like that, but I'm gonna go ahead and move to the next one. So here's a big one. I think this one's big. So I'm gonna start this one off solo. This is what I'm gonna start with you on. So we had a big conversation about this. I didn't really get to get out my thoughts the way I wanted to, but hey, we're gonna share them right now. I'm gonna let you go ahead and give your I'm gonna let you go ahead and give your take on how you feeling about it and what you mean, and then the rest of us speak accordingly. So I've seen a lot of sisters actually say this, that men, particularly we're talking about black men, when it comes to the black sisters, won't lead. So, and I know a lot of fellas in rebuttal to that says, well, y'all don't want to never listen to nothing, so it's hard for us to lead. So, in your opinion, do you feel like black men have a lack of leadership and stuff like that? Or like what exactly how you feel about it when black women says the black men refuse to lead?
Well, I know that black men have the capacity to be leaders. What I think is that the way our symptoms, like I said, of slavery have developed has developed and changed over time, where it's become sort of what I would say as as not all black men. Like I definitely don't want it to appear as that I'm saying that all black men, none of them will lead. Like that's not the case. But then when they say, when I hear a lot of men say that black women don't want to submit, because that's usually what we get, and then you have black women saying that's because they won't lead, right? So that's what we get. Black women won't submit, and then it says black women are responding by saying that's because you won't lead, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like I feel as though there is, I mean, it's not that you guys do not have the ability to lead. I believe in you guys. I love you guys. I think that you guys are the smartest men on earth. I think you guys have the ability to lead. But like I said, I feel like in our society, the issues that we suffered in slavery has developed, changed its face into more what I would say issues where we do have an issue with a certain percentage of black men, I would say. Not even a lot, maybe even a little, but it's some of you guys, because of course black men are not all the same. Some of you guys make the allegation that make women, well, I would say some women feel as though you guys refuse to lead. That's
Damn.
from their perspective. That's what they're feeling, as though these set of that black man I met, this black man, you guys are not wanting to lead. Um, I think that it's a different type of leadership, of course, right? I think that it is when we're talking about black men just being in a part of our communities, and then you have the relationship aspect where you're looking for a man as a husband and a father and all of that. So, do you care which one I go through, or I guess which one are you talking about? Leadership in the community or leadership in relationships?
I would say both, I guess.
Okay, so in relationships, I think that, I mean, like I said, not all black men, but I think that the argument coming from the woman's perspective is that, from my experience, from what I think, this is just my opinion, I think a lot of times men, I think that, especially, well, I don't want to generalize black men like that. But like I said, when we're talking about this small selection, there's a lot of different arguments that women are making as it relates to why black men won't lead. Um, but ultimately, I think that you should probably date someone who you trust to submit to you, or you trust submitting to, right? Like you don't date someone or get in a relationship with someone, like for women, if you don't trust this person to make life decisions for your family, then you probably shouldn't marry him. Or if you're, as a man, if you're dating a woman who refuses to submit to you, then you probably shouldn't be talking about making her a wife or a husband. I mean, husband or a mom, if that's something that's valuable to you. So it's all about knowing what your non-negotiables are as it relates to relationships, and you don't date people that you don't feel as though they can be a wife or they can be a husband. You don't try to force these people to submit to you or force these people to lead you. Is either they're doing it or they're not, in your opinion and what you consider to be enough as someone that is looking for a husband or a wife, right? But then when it comes to like relationships in the community, like black women sort of relying on black men in their community, not maybe their sisters, maybe their brothers, maybe just people that have, just connection to them in their community. I think that the issue is that I think that we just have sort of a large population of women, I would say, that haven't experienced a good man in their lives, and they don't know what that looks like. And so they have an issue with, what I would say is, submitting to men, and then sort of trusting their leadership. So we don't see black men being the leaders in the community. We don't see black men taking our issues in their own hands, and then trying to fix that. We haven't seen that, so it's hard for us to grasp that, given that we have been, maybe some of us, maybe these women have been grown up to be, sort of independent women, right? So they haven't seen black men sort of turn on that manly role, and they can't really trust men to submit to them or to take on their leadership. And so in their response is to question everything that they do until they have built the trust with that black man. But I mean, so that's sort of my opinion. So it's not that I don't think that you guys can lead. I just think that it's issues that stem from the issues in our community that it that you may believe that certain men, I think all men have the ability to lead. It's just you have to find someone that's willing to trust you to lead.
Okay. I'm gonna save mine for the last. But what's up, Talia? Um, Cairo, if you're still,
Wait, can you hear me?
yeah, we can.
Um, I agree with what she said when she said you have to find somebody that you can trust to lead. For me, that's factual. Um, but I think that black men are naturally leaders. I think in general men are naturally leaders. I think that um from a lot of people perspective, they associate uh leadership with financial things. Because like a lot of my friends that's single, a lot of my friends that's single or not in a relationship, they associate a black man being able to leave based upon his financial situation. And that's not always the case, because we need to understand that black men in today's society are a threat. And the people that's cultivating this planet that call themselves superior are inferior. So they are in this position right now to whereas they don't want to give our black men any opportunity, because they don't want to see our black men shine. And that's how we supposed to come in a woman, and we supposed to rationalize that and understand that, like, look, you dominant, you're superior, they're inferior. So they don't want nothing superior leading them. So this is what we gonna do. This is gonna be the playoff. And this how it happened in slavery days. They was giving a lot of women, benefits, but the women were coming back out, helping the men. What I get in society today with a lot of my friends that's single, they don't want to help a man. Like, I see a man, he might not have nothing, but I'm like, I see potential. I'm about to put him on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about what you have. I care about the potential. My opinion is, I don't think a lot of black women see the potential in our men, because every time I have a conversation with some of them, they're like, girl, he ain't got nothing, he ain't this. And I'm like, but it's not always about that. It's about building. You know what I mean? That's how you set a foundation. So my opinion is, naturally, I think that men are naturally leaders, just like we are naturally cultivators. I think that they just need to be helped, put in a position to where they can lead. And when some athletes, when they get on, a lot of black women are frustrated, like, damn, he dating this white woman, but they don't know the background. Like, he probably didn't have anything. You know what I mean? And he put her on. But then television has a lot to do with that too, what our women are watching and how they are being programmed. For example, if you look at Caucasian people movies, they might the daughter might be interested in her neighbor who is a Caucasian man, and his family may not been well off. But if he have potential, and when she introduced him to her parents, they see the potential, and they like, look, if you love my daughter, we gonna help you, put you through school so you could be put in a situation to take care of my daughter. But when you see our movies, it's always like the black man have to have this, he have to be educated, he for us to be like interested. So you have a different category of women. You have us category of women, we like, no, we want to build with our man. If he ain't got it, as long as the potential is there, we're gonna help him. Then you got that category of women that feel like if he ain't got this, then he can't lead me. I'm the dominant one. Me, I'm naturally not dominant, I'm feminine. You know what I mean? So I don't look at it like, oh, he can't lead, because I naturally see men as leaders. And that's all I gotta say about it.
Okay. So let me address some stuff real quick in the comments. Ali says so many men have also been beaten down and scared to leave because they feel they are not enough. Yeah, to a degree, you can see some of that for sure, and because I think one thing I think some of the sisters don't understand is that it speaks about that because I know a lot of people are religious or they at least believe in the Bible. It speaks about that in the Bible, the power of the woman's tongue, because it's gonna hurt a man and affect a man way more if a woman that he cares about tells you you ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be nothing. You always say you just like your father. That a lot of black moms love to say to them. You have no idea how bad you're tearing them down when you say that. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of what you're talking about. And what's up, Tanae? How long you been up in here? And Dale said she's speaking facts. This is why entrepreneurship and trade schools should be rolled in one. Difference between men and grown boys. Many of those black women had boys who never. And that part is true too. But that goes back to what I was gonna say. Get to eventually. And I'm pretty sure Todd's agree with it because we've had conversations about this over the phone before. Where the biggest part of this problem where it lies at is that most women are not attracted to most of the men on the planet, or especially I'm gonna just say in this country because obviously I ain't been all across the world like that. But in this country, for sure, one of the biggest problems is that majority of the women are not attracted to majority of the men. So when the good men are there, you completely ignore them. That is the problem. I promise you, a lot of them won't agree, but that is where bigger the source of the problem lies. You're attracted to a small percentage of men, and unfortunately, most of those small percentage of men that you're attracted to are the ones that ain't shit. And once you keep going from that bad nigga to this bad nigga to that bad nigga, and he all dog you out, you want to come out collectively to say niggas ain't shit. It's actually the ones you attracted to. That's
Right.
the truth. The numbers prove it. Like I keep saying, over 50% of black men in America are single with zero kids. Zero. 60 something percent of them make at least middle class level of money or more. 35% of those black men in this country are already married. So what that leaves you? A small percentage of men left that you guys are attracted to. And then they keep dogging y'all the hell out, and you want to say it's all of them. That's what's happening. And they refuse to admit that. Childish Gambin. I don't know why I be having such a hard time saying this nigga name. Gambino is with a white girl. He said black women always called him corny and ugly, but since he got with the white girl, black women are talking about him being with a white. That is I'm sorry to say it, but that is very true. That happens a lot. You get talked about from grade school all the way up. If you're a very dark skinned, if you're a dark skinned dude with strong features, you get made fun of. And this is the thing. One thing I will give white women, they're very good. What you talked on, Cairo, about potential, they're good at identifying that. Our sisters are not. They want a finished product, majority. They want a finished product. They want you to already have the money. They want you to already have the leadership and stuff that they require. Everything, they want a finished product. And if you don't have that, they're not even looking towards your way. That is the truth. So I can understand, like, that's what happened. Even though I don't agree with everything he did, I'm positive without even speaking to the man. That is what happened to Shannon Sharp. He was a big black, I'm being honest. He was a big black nigga that I'm pretty sure got made fun of every day while he was in school, and they didn't find him attractive. So he started looking at white women. I guarantee you.
Right. I agree.
Tosh, you got something on it?
Shit, I mean, y'all checked all the boxes. I think yeah, finances shouldn't be the baseline. Give a person a chance if you like the person. I mean, don't lower your standards, and I'm saying that to both genders. you know. But if you like the person, give it a chance to grow. And if usually if the person don't have no drive, one of the gender parties, usually the females, they'll kind of back out. They feel like the guy don't have the drive. But if he do, it should be worth the shot. You know,
I agree with everything you said except one thing.
what's that?
Don't lower your standards. They need to lower their standards. Fuck that. And the reason why I say that
Black
is
women
because
need to.
because your standards is so high that you're ignoring almost all of the men. You're
Oh
gonna have
yeah, you just made that point. Right.
yeah, that's what I'm
I hear
saying.
you.
But you have to see examples. So what I think needs to take place is first, because if women don't have these examples, then they don't know how to do that. And a lot of women are programmed and tuned into. And that's what television come into place. I think they need to start making more movies related to the fact that all men are not in that situation, and sometimes they need a little help and they need a little boost, so women can see this and they show the finished product, like he had potential in the beginning, you was there with him, you trust him, you encouraged him, you invest in him. Now he's in a situation to where he can be that finished product that you wanted from the beginning, so women can look at this and see, okay, well, in their subconscious, because with everything we watch or we listen to set in our subconscious, and it eventually end up manifesting. So that's why we need more movies, and television programs that's related to this, instead of these lurid television shows that only show us beating, massacring, and tearing each other down. We need more movies like that, to whereas we helping each other, we build each other. So when we see each other on the street, we don't see each other as a threat or each other enemy. We want to help each other, because television is programming us to see each other one way. And people forget about this. This play a part in society too, while we act. Because most women learning things from TV. They didn't learn this at home. They seeing this shit on TV and they acting this out. So I think we need to change that narrative and start promoting that more, to where it's like, we help our men. And they have a few movies out there like that, but then they always end up showing the men, once he gets to a situation, he end up leaving a woman. So women are afraid. They're like, damn, we don't want to help him. Then when he get up there, he forget, and then, leave us and go
Jay,
marry on
remember,
somebody else.
remember we touched on that on another podcast. So I'm glad Cairo touched on that again. That's true. Go ahead.
I want to address something that Talia said because she's 100% correct on this too. Unfortunately, our sisters, especially, I can't speak on how it is now, obviously, because I'm not that age group, but for sure, colorism was a thing. The black dark skinned sisters did probably get made fun of a lot, especially this quote unquote when you have quote unquote nappy hair and all that. Absolutely, that is the truth. And then, I'm pretty sure probably maybe some of the times in their experience, maybe a white boy was the one that was able to acknowledge her. So it goes both ways. We just so happen to be on the, category of talking about the men. But yes, absolutely that happens to the sisters too. But this is the thing. They made us hate each other.
Hmm.
So we're looking at it like, oh, you ugly because you had that. Like we all done heard this before. If your hair is looking
Like mine.
like I was gonna say that actually, like
Like
Cairo,
mine.
nappy hair, da, 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 da. But if your hair is curly looking and slick looking, oh, you got that good hair. Come on, we don't all heard that. That's conditioned bullshit that we go through.
But look at my hair though. Like, I suffer a lot being a woman that, love myself. You know what I mean? I go through a lot on a daily basis. At first, I used to be ashamed, to walk outside with my hair like this, because it wasn't accepted. People used to be staring at me and I used to hate it. I used to be like, what the fuck is they looking at? You know what I mean? And it made me feel self-conscious. But at the end of the day, I used to have to look in that mirror and like what I saw. It wasn't about what anybody else saw. You know what I mean? And I had a whole lot of friends like, let me put a perm in your hair. I'm like, I'm not putting no damn perm in my hair. You know what I mean? So women, we do go through it too. You know, and like I don't know the female name who you said she touched on it too. Not only men go through this, because like when I would wear my hair naturally, like even in California, like when I moved to California, black men, you know, a lot of black men in California are not attracted to black women. This is the reality of it. They want a Mexican,
I've
or they
heard
want a
that
Kim.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, they want a Kim Kardashian. So the black men would never give me comments. It will always be a Mexican that'll walk up to me, oh, bonita, señorita, bonita. You know what I mean? And sometimes, you know, if you like I say, like, you want that man to be able to take care of you. You want that man to be able to provide. And these are the people that's like, I'll take care of you. I'll provide, when your brother like looking at you like you got dog shit on your face. So man, it does. It goes both ways. Cause I still struggle today. I walk outside just like this, no makeup and no nothing. I'm like, I don't need that. This is the way I was created. Like, I'm accepting this. This is who I am. But we are taught that this is ugly. You know, this is what we are taught. That's ugly. You want to put makeup on your face. You want to put weave in your hair. No, that's why a lot of people are walking around angry. You see them with them weaves, you see them with them makeup. They don't smile. You can't approach them. You're too scared because they have so much an anger aura around themselves. Then you see the sisters that be natural. They don't have that same aura. They be more approachable. You know what I mean? It's easy to come through. And that's because I think when you look in the mirror,
That's true.
you're not saying who you are. When I look in that mirror, I like what I see. I don't give a fuck what nobody else see. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable with this. I'm not about to put that in my hair, put makeup. I put makeup on my face one time trying to look in the mirror. I thought I saw a demon. I hurry up and wipe that shit off. You know what I mean? So you just gotta love yourself. I'm being honest, and I went through that a lot.
No, that's a great
You
point.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's a good point, Cairo. That I've never met like a natural black woman who had the attitude of the other black woman you were just talking about. It's usually a different mentality, attitude.
You see, same with my mother. Okay, so I think I addressed all the comments that was towards us.
If I could just add to that,
Go ahead.
I don't necessarily think that's a reason to now date outside your race. I mean, if we know that that was the system that was instilled in us, why can't black women have grace from the few black women, the very few? Because the people that compare the whole the whole black woman's population, compare that to the 100 that you probably met throughout your school age that teased you about your skin color, your black features, to say, that's why I don't date black women. You're basically saying that I'm going to use these 100 black women that I had contact with, and I'm going to use that to say that, oh, I don't want to date none of you guys. I'm only interested in girls from other races, or as women, I was teased by black men. That's why I don't date black men now. Like I said, the 100 that you met throughout your school age years, they don't represent the whole race. So to me, there's no excuse to date outside your race. To me, it's really is either you're committed to black men or committed to black women, or you're not. That's it to me.
Okay, so I can rock with what you say to a degree, but I will say this. Like I said, I think it's and I really don't want to sound misogynistic or biased, but this is just the truth of the matter of the fact. Women are born with value because men just love y'all. I don't have to say it. You know that sex sells. So women are born with that. A man being born with a penis doesn't matter. You have to go through the world, build, get your experience, make you some money, and become viable. So what I'm saying is, reason why my point of making that is, if you are being told that, and then keep in mind, if you don't reach those statutes, because like I said, it's so many of the women. Taj can relate to me because he's a man, so he's experienced it. and I'm pretty sure other men in the chat can agree with what I'm saying. It's a difference when you haven't reached that top plateau that women want you to have in order for them to see you as viable. That's a very large amount of women. You can say the hundreds of, no, I'm telling you, it's a very high rate. See, men are simplex. If you're cute, you're already in the door. That's first off.
But doesn't that reflect
Hold on, let me get done.
Doesn't that reflect
Can I get done?
the things that you guys need to fix?
Can I get done?
Go ahead. To me, but I don't get your point though. I would like to.
Because you're not trying to get my point.
I am because
You're
I
not.
am. I'm trying to. It sounds like you change, like sort of changing the subject.
I'm not changing the subject, bro. I'm staying on exactly what the issue is. What I'm saying is, like, you kind of made me lose my thought with that. But what? Shit.
You were saying being viable, you know what I mean? About how like y'all have to be at a certain category, have a certain things for us to see.
I remember I was touching on that. But what I'm saying is, if you don't reach that certain thing with the new day and age of it, you're saying do more. But this is the thing. We're the only group of men really that have to do that, because that's why I was talking to you on, like, maybe, I don't know if it was the podcast that we last had before this one or before that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that black men has to be superheroes when the other group of men can just be a man and their women will take them. Like an average woman there, a lot of them groups will understand, I'm an average woman, he's an average man. I love him, he loves me. Boom, we're married. This nigga, when you're a black man, you gotta be financially capable. You gotta be protected. You gotta be emotionally intelligent. You gotta have a big dick. You gotta have all these things. You gotta have all these things, bro, to get them to want to commit to you. And what I'm saying is, men are getting tired of battling through all of that to be with the sisters. I'm not one of them because I'm still on it trying to be with a black queen. But I'm just saying, I understand why some of them are checking out and deciding to go that way.
But let me ask a question. Do you think sometimes the love of your life or your soulmate might be actually in another ethnic category?
Man,
no.
Look at Ty saying
Nah.
no.
I was taught that way.
You grew up with Islam.
No, as soon as you said that, my thoughts went to like,
you know what's funny?
What we was talking.
You know what's funny, Taj? You remember both of us, we was talking about this conversation, right?
I suffer, y'all. Go ahead, Jamie.
Both of them, as strong willed as we are with only loving sisters, like wanting to be with a sister so bad, right? But you said somebody told you when you go to California, you was gonna end up with one, and it's crazy because one of them said the same thing to me.
Hey, I'm trying to prove her ass wrong. So bad,
I'm holding on to the fight too.
I could have stepped outside the culture a long time ago.
With a white woman before, or like any woman that's not of color. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, I get the reason why for the ones that do it.
Yeah,
I get how they do it. That's all.
Yeah, I don't look at them sideways for going outside because it's tough.
I don't look at them sideways. Yeah. I get it. It's tough out here, bro.
But is it wrong?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. Like,
that was my point.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong,
like,
Cairo.
Was that wrong?
My bad
like,
about that.
Want
No, it's not wrong.
To protect.
But
you want somebody to be intellectual. I mean,
I think, like I told you, going back to my original thing, is that the standards is too goddamn high. You want niggas to be a superhero. You want niggas to be Goku, Superman, Sasuke, Naruto. Niggas, everybody can't fucking be that.
Go ahead, Cairo. I interrupted you.
I was just wanting to ask him, like, because me, like, at first I didn't understand it, right? Like, but I never was like that type of person because I grew up pretty much diversified. Like even when I was in New Orleans, everything was chocolate city. You know what I mean? It was like you just dealt with your race. We didn't care if you was dark, chocolate. You know what I mean? We just connected. But then when I moved to California at a young age, it was so diversified, and I saw different people in relationships with other people, and I always had an open mind. So I feel that like not all Caucasian people, not all Mexican people, not all Asian people are racist or have an insidious outlook about Black people. Because, like, I feel like sometimes the love of your life or your soul may be in another race. I mean, is it possible? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it wrong? Because
it is possible. It is
I
possible.
understand.
Yeah.
I don't think that is wrong if a Black man go out, and date a white woman or vice versa, because I don't believe every spirit is like Martin Luther King said, you judge the person based upon the content of their character. You know what I mean? Not the color of their skin. So sometimes, you can't help, and I'm going to be honest, like who you fall in love with, whether they white, Asian, Mexican, or Black. And
Now,
some
that
Black
part
people,
I disagree with. That part I disagree with that now.
Why?
Me and Cairo finally got a disagreement.
Why? You was the one up there. Wait, you was thinking a minute ago, thinking about going to get a white woman.
No. It's what you said. It's that part of what you said. I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Okay.
The part I disagree with is you can't help with who you fall in love with. That's cap.
How?
Because the only way that you can fall in love with somebody is you have to give them the opportunity. I don't give a fuck who it is. If you never get looking at them like, nah, bro, I ain't trying to do that. If you kind of have that mentality towards them, there's no way that shit can happen. You have to give them an opening. Now, if you give them that opening and then you feel like, okay, yeah, I rock with him or I rock with her, you know what I'm saying? Then that union can happen, but it ain't no such thing as this. Oh, love them first sight. I see them. Oh yeah. That's bullshit. I don't give a fuck nobody.
I don't know.
My mama tried to talk to me about that, and I told her, "Mama, that's bullshit." I ain't say bullshit because I don't my mama like that, but nah.
I believe in love at first sight. I do.
I don't care what nobody say.
Because it probably never happened to you. It happened to me, so that's how I know.
I ain't no such thing.
Every time I felt love at first sight.
That lust at first sight, that's a thing. I don't experience that.
Yeah, that's lust.
So, Taj, you're telling me you don't believe in love at first sight?
Every time I've experienced love at first sight, it's been with a Black woman.
No, but you and him both said y'all hanging on. Y'all both said y'all hanging on by a thread, trying not to go outside.
For real. Well, no, you're right.
Can't lie. Can't lie about that.
Yeah.
Y'all about to get some white women. Jamie about to get a white girl. He about to pull off a what's his name? What's her boy name with the dreads?
Don't put that on me. What's
dude's name with the dreads?
Nope. You ain't finna
what's his name?
You ain't finna thrash my boy either.
Today's his birthday too. He is now though.
Today his birthday, right? Today.
See, it was the reason I brought him up. Look how happy he is. And his girlfriend is white. He got a baby. He happy. Right. He's doing good. Right. He's happy.
I've seen a lot of white women pull brothers out the mud, though. I will say that.
Yeah, that's another thing I gotta agree with too. Even Dr. Umar talked about that. Dr. Umar said white women are willing to pull a Black man that has potential out the mud. Now sisters just want a finished product. He said. Right. Now you know it's real when Dr. Umar said.
James, please stop acting like you just agree with Dr. Umar all the time. You do not.
What the hell that got to do with me agreeing with something?
When you said your exact words were when Dr. Umar said it, you know it's right. You do not believe in Dr. Umar like that. So let's
see that's a female emotion shit.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Because what I told you is that I my biggest thing that I disagree with him, since you want to bring it up.
No. Please explain why you said Dr. Umar said it, so you know it's right. You do not agree with Dr. Umar.
You're changing stuff up. I said, well, if Dr. Umar said that, you know it's real.
I know, but you don't agree with everything Dr. Umar said.
You don't have to agree with everything somebody said to know if something they said is true. What the hell are you talking about?
But your point was you know that is correct because Dr. Umar said it. And I said,
The
you don't
reason
believe
I
in
said
Dr.
it like that is because
No,
we all know Dr. Umar is pro-black as it gets. And the
but you
fact
don't
that he
always
says
agree
that
with
about
him.
white women mean that it must be the truth. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, next.
Hey, I'm down at 9%. Just a heads up. Let's go, y'all.
I just want to say one more thing. I don't know. I feel bad. Like, I don't want black men be like, when dating other races women, I don't look down on it because I'm like, if they happy, you know what I mean, then so be it. It's all about who you are happy with, you know, because a lot of people get on me too because my boyfriend is mixed. His mom is Armenian and his dad is black, you know, but we pair, we click. And sometimes I feel embarrassed and I feel bad about it because I'm like, damn, like my family before they met him, they didn't like it. They was like, hell no, like what the fuck is you dating somebody white? You know what I mean? And I used to feel bad all the time. You know, I'm like, damn, because I want a black man. But I'm like, but this person, you know, we click and he's helping me and we helping each other. And I
Yeah.
struggled with that for a long time. I was like, damn, and my friend told me, she was like, girl, if you happy, then don't worry about what anybody else have to say.
True. Agree.
I remember when you was going through that,
Remember
Kyle.
that? Remember
Yeah, I
that?
remember.
I was
Yeah.
struggling through that for the longest.
I wasn't gonna never bring it up, but the fact that you brought it up, yeah, I can
I was
agree. I
struggling through
remember when
that.
she
I
was
used to
going
be
through
embarrassed walking with. I used to be like, "Oh my god," you know what I mean?
that. Yeah.
I used to be super embarrassed.
But you say he got a black dad, so you know he checked that box. He one of us.
No, we're
Yeah,
not arguing. We just having. Trust me, me and Solo have spiritual tough conversations like this all the time. This is nothing.
but you know we done got jumped a few times, Taj, in LA.
You got jumped.
A lot of black men in LA don't like interracial relationships.
How could they
Damn.
talk in LA when all they want in
That
these
was my
Western
point.
cities?
That's what I
These
used to say. I
young
used to
girls
say,
and
y'all out
Mexican
here
women.
dating Mexican women and y'all getting mad at us. And it was this one brother, he was with a Mexican girl. When he was getting off the elevator, we was going in immediately. He looked at me, he looked at Yaki, he got so mad, he started to attack. And then it shocked me because the Mexican girl was like, she saying this stupid ass bitch with this white boy. And I'm sitting here thinking, girl, you a whole Mexican. You know what I mean? And he with you. But you know, that's what I was saying too. I'm like, y'all want to date, you know, other races of women, but then when we try to date somebody in our race, y'all always want to punk him. Cause I went through that with a lot. Even to this day, a lot of black men, they'll see it and they don't like it, and they'll come at Yaki a certain type of way. So it's like he always have to constantly sometimes defend himself until like they start to talk to him and they realize we not them type of people. We not violent people. You know what I mean? We not with that. And then they'll ease up. But we still, you know, it's a struggle being in interracial relationships because most people don't like to see it. And then they call us sellouts. But I'm like, it's not that we sellouts. It's just that sometimes we connected with this person and people make us feel bad about that because it's like, damn, we supposed to be with somebody black. But if this spirit not treating me good and this spirit treating me good, then why do I have to compromise, you know, to make somebody else happy when I'm not happy? But it's hard. It's a hard thing to do because sometimes you feel like you're doing the wrong thing. You like, you're supposed to be with black people. It's a struggle, man. It's mental. It's hard. And you feel bad. You feel bad a lot when you see black men out there single and you like, damn, you know what I mean? I'm over here with this so-called white boy. It's hard. I'm just being honest. It's real, real hard. You feel bad. You don't feel too good. I don't know how the men feel, but as a black woman, I feel like that sometimes.
Go ahead, Taj.
Yeah, I keep thinking about I'm gonna go ahead and say this before my battery go dead. I just remember growing up, and I would hear the teachings like Malcolm X and the Nation, and Malcolm X particularly said this. He said, when you study the animal kingdom, none of them go outside of their group. Like the red birds don't date the bluebirds. You know what I'm saying? Now I get it. We humans, we have the free will to do that. But that just kind of always stuck with me. That if you can find somebody within your group, that's always best. But if not, love wins. Love always wins.
I agree with that 101%.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to hurry up and go to this next one so Taj can get his take in on this. So it was a real interesting clip that I saw. So
when you look at the animal kingdom, there's not one group.
Go ahead. Damn, did we lose him?
I lose that same philosophy. I like that, the animal kingdom.
Yeah, I use the animal kingdom a lot too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just name one group in the animal kingdom where they go outside of their group today. It could be the same species. Like Malcolm used the red bird, bluebird example. Like red birds don't mate with the bluebirds.
Right.
So I get it. We humans, we had the luxury to do so. But I'm pro culture, not so much pro black. I'm pro culture, which means I
Right.
prioritize my culture first. Pro
Right.
black mean you would just date anybody from on the planet that's black. I actually want somebody that grew up in the same. That's a good feeling when both families cook the same type of food. I mean, it's just
Right.
I love that. So I prioritize culture with my last 2% before my battery go dead. Go ahead, y'all. Yeah. So I don't want a Nigerian woman. I want a Black American woman. Now that's me being selfish and being picky. I'm not saying I would turn down.
I would say I'm the same.
Yeah, I want my culture. They want their culture too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want a lady from my culture. Now, if the universe tell me, Taj, you being picky and you're gonna suffer being picky, then that's that.
No, they about to send you that white woman.
I'll tell you this much, Cairo. I ain't turning no more down, Cairo. I'm glad you asked that before my battery went dead.
They about to send you one, Taj. You
Cairo,
get sent
if the universe bring me one, I've turned them down in middle school, high school. I ain't turning no more down. If the universe bring me one, we're gonna explore that out.
I ain't eating her potato salad though.
They've always given me hints. Go ahead, Jamie.
Real quick, let's look at this clip, and I want to get some reactions to it.
The Caucasus Mountains. Build something better there.
Damn, was it freezing?
Where are we supposed to go? Back to where you began. The Caucasus Mountains. Build something better there.
I don't want to go to the Caucasus Mountains. I want to stay here.
You are ordered to evacuate peacefully. The mountains await your rebuilding. This is a troglodyte we're dealing with.
They said we gotta leave tonight. They're taking us to the mountains. Tell them we're families. They said we gotta leave tonight. They're taking us to the mountains. Tell them we're families. I don't want to go to the Caucasus Mountains. I want to stay here.
All Caucasoid partners report to processing. Repeat.
She's my family. You can't decide who I love. Move them now. You leave tonight to the Caucasus.
Every American citizen of European descent will be relocated.
They can't really do this, can they?
For the sake of this nation, they will go. And they will endure.
You're sending us to freeze.
Then we don't freeze. We survive.
Then you should have said something when harm was done.
So that's the little clip.
Their time is up.
That's the clip. Taj, I want to get your reaction to it first before your battery go. If you had the ability to be able to make this a reality, to send all of them back to the Caucasus Mountains, would you do so and why?
Ooh, that gave me chills. Where'd he go?
I don't know. The mayor lost him right before it. Damn it. Yeah. Like
what would you do, Jamie?
Damn, go put it on me.
What would you do? Be honest.
Man. All right, since she put me on the spotlight like that. Hold on, let me adjust this camera real quick.
That shit was funny. Daddy, I don't want to go back to the Caucasus Mountains. You going?
I ain't going, man. I might do it, bro. Because it's so much chaos and stuff that's been created and stuff like that. To give us the opportunity to be able to live among each other and decide what it is we want, I think that's golden. Mm-hmm. Because what's happening now was forced upon us. Mm-hmm. We forced upon to make, like it'd been different if we decided to just let them in and love them and stuff like that. If it happened like that, I wouldn't change a damn thing. If we as a people collectively decided this is what we want, that'd have been fine. But it was forced. Mm-hmm. So in order to give us a chance in the world to be able to be on equal playing field with the rest of the other groups, I just would do it.
I would do it too. I wouldn't even blink an eye. I would do it. I would be boop and it would be done. I'm telling you. And any nigga that talking about some, oh, I would do it. Oh, you going with him? You going with him?
You going with him?
You going with him? Because, like you say,
I
it
just do it
costs
up
too
in the
much.
thing like, this is my family. He'll be going with it.
No, you going with them. I feel bad because they got some white people that don't have them same devious spirits, but it was a lot of us. We didn't have that spirit, and we still had to suffer. We had to endure it. You know what I mean? So, if I had the opportunity, because if you look at the Caucasian race, only thing they do is cause atrocities. No, everywhere they go. They the only ones on this planet, only ones on this group who always initiating or starting something. So I mean, I wouldn't even question it. Anybody that protested, okay, well, this is what we'll do. You can go in there with the mountains with them, live amongst them, and then in the next 400 years, report to us how was it. How about that? That's what I would do. I would send them right with them. You want to live what you want, go with them. There you go. Everybody have a choice. You want to live with them, what you want or not. The ones who don't want to live with them, okay, this planet is for you. But the ones that want to live with them, let them live on them with their planet. And when they call for us for help because they're being abused, we will not answer you because this is what you wanted. That's how I would do it.
Okay, Solo. I can't wait to hear what
I
you
mean,
got.
I absolutely. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to consider. I don't have to consider anything. Sign my name, give me the pen. I'm signing my name, and they ass is out of here.
I didn't do it.
Absolutely,
That's why I
no
needed time,
hesitation.
bro. I need to hear you
No
say.
hesitation. No hesitation.
I already knew the answer was pretty much between y'all. I was curious to hear Ty's opinion on this. Damn. Because I already knew. I was like, they ass up out of here. If it's up to.
If it's up to me, they out of here.
They ass up out of here.
I agree. They gone too. Fuck them. I agree 101%.
Buckets was up in my screen, Cameron. Buckets was in my screen yesterday. He don't come as often anymore, but yeah, he still come through from time to time.
Oh, there it goes.
Said,
Yeah, I would send them back, Jamie. But I think that's what it's coming to, because a lot of people don't believe in, like the Anunnakis and the reptilians and all of this shit that happened to us, with this different alien species that's living amongst us on planet and disguising themselves as humans. I really believe that, their time gonna come. They had a little bit amount of time to rear to show, because you got to think about it. Caucasian people have animal DNA. They can't, you know what I mean? You have animal DNA. So, you know what I mean? I believe in my spirit that, it's gonna come a time where they come back. That's why they building them bunkers, because they know they're gonna get ran back. So they like, fuck it, we just gonna design us a comfortable cave. Since we gotta go back, we gonna make it comfortable down here. Cause they're the only ones building underground bunkers, no matter where you go. And you gotta ask yourself that, why are they doing this? Because they know consciously it's gonna come a time to where they gotta go back. So I figure they thinking like, shit, if we gonna go back, we just gonna make it comfortable in here for ourselves. Cause nobody on this planet is building bunkers besides them. And it's like, what y'all building bunkers for? What you running from? What you hiding? Or what are you hiding from?
well, yeah. And no, I don't think this is a Tubi movie. Actually, Dale, I think this is an AI movie. You know, trailer that was put together. Because I know a lot of people were saying they would love to see this movie actually get made. But yeah,
I would love to see it happen in real life.
When white people saw that AI film, what you think? How you think they felt though when they saw that?
I mean, of course, a lot of them didn't like it. I'm pretty sure. But see, sometimes harsh reality, don't feel good. That's with anybody though. It's hard for certain people to accept a certain truth. But at the same time, you believe it or not, you actually got certain ones that be like, man, we did call some bullshit. To be honest to them folks, so you got certain ones that's actually like that.
I agree. They don't. And if you see them, they on there now saying it. But I'm like, it's too late because you already done what you done. You lived off the benefit of the oppression. You knew it was wrong. You never try to stand up, so you gotta suffer.
Yeah, it's like the girl up in the clip said, but you didn't try to stop it. when the lady was like, we never meant any harm, but she was like, you never tried to stop it either, though.
Because they benefit off of it. But then you got to ask yourself this. Let's look at it from white people perspective, right? You got to think about it. If you have a race of people, right, even with their hair alone, that's where I think the hate come in. Well, you got to explain to your child that they got to use sunscreen. Then you see these group of people running around. They don't have to use sunscreen. Then you aging like a fucking banana. And you got to explain to your children why this group of people don't age like banana. Even washing your hair, you got to explain why you got to wash your hair every day or every other day. Then this group of people don't wash their hair every other day. Then when you look at black people, we have all the natural abilities. You know, jealousy is real. Some people will kill you because they're so jealous of you. And we don't understand that because we were gifted with everything. So we don't know how they feel being inferior. Nobody wants to be inferior, but they have to feel this every time they see us. You know, that's a burden that they're carrying. When white women walk around and they'll say, how old are you? They'll assume we're in our 20s, but we're in our 40s. And then they 20s looking like they about 50 already.
Damn, not 50 in their 20s.
But listen, a white woman skip her 30s. Once she go into her 30s, it's like she 40 something. You never look at a white woman and be like, oh, she like 32, 35. You either say, oh, she 20 something, or you say she in her 40s. You never see they 30 periods. I know I don't. I be like, damn, she at least like 40 something. The whole time, girl, 32. And we running around 40, damn near 50. Still looking like
I seen a really bad example of that when I was in Georgia. I was in Georgia and with my dad, and we went to a Waffle House. Man, this girl, her teeth looked rotten and shit, or whatever. And she was telling me, I don't know how the age still came up. They asked me how old I was. I told them, and then they was like, I was like, oh yeah, I'm 23. I was like, yeah, damn, and look 43. Hey, I was like, man.
that's what I'm telling you. And then black men, look at you guys. You can be with your son, right? And people will think, oh, that's his brother. And he'll be like, no, that's my son. White men can't do that. You always look at him and be like, oh, he the dad. So how you think they feel? They mad. You know what I mean? So that jealousy, man, that shit is real. You see, we don't know how it feels like to be jealous, but they do. And I don't want to know how that feels. I don't want to know how that feels to be jealous of, you know what I mean? Somebody because that feel like that make you feel inferior. And that's how they feel when they see us. Then our hair, you know, white people hate us really because they want to be us. That's why they really, really hate us. They mad because they not black. That's the bottom line truth. They don't hate us because we black. They hate us because they want to be black. Even in slavery. Look how they used to get out the beds with their wives to go have sex with a slave. Come on now. You know how that make them white women feel less than a woman? My husband getting out of bed with me to go out there and have sex with a slave? Think about it. You know, them people have to go through a lot that they carry every day. Just seeing us. Then, Jamie, you in your 30s too, right? And see, you still look like you're in your 20s. Name some white boys or some Mexicans that can pull that off.
Yeah.
They can't. They can't. It's hard.
You said we seen the Catch Me Outside girl lately? No, I
I was
haven't.
watching her today. She funny.
No, I haven't seen her in a minute since she was doing that bullshit.
Tosh need a portable charger.
I told that nigga to invest in one. I told him
They
that.
cheap. They only $5 on Temu.
Right, like nigga, it's not that hard. Shit, I might just give it to him and give it to him. Like, bro, huh?
You gotta send Tosh a portable charger.
Yeah, but
What other subject you gonna touch on? Jamie, we need to touch on these portals too. You know, a lot happened last week.
What happened with it?
It was open. It was open. And I was like, ooh, it's a lot of things
Yeah.
that we don't touch about. Why you don't touch about the esoteric or the counterintuitive? I think you should have a subject on that because a lot of people, they have knowledge on that. We don't even talk about that.
Well, I be telling people, if you have suggestions and stuff like that, you want to, make like Taj give me suggestions and stuff like some of the stuff I put in there and stuff like that be something me and Taj have came up with. But when I ask the other ones, they don't ever give nothing. So I'm like, okay, then.
I think you should do a discussion on that because we never touched and tapped into the counterintuitive. And that's what governs this universe. You know what I mean? Like people don't talk about the reptilian people. People don't talk about the Anunnakis, the alien species that's walking on this planet posing as humans. This is all facts. It might sound like you're suffering from psychosis, but it's real.
Yeah, but also I'm gonna say this. Me personally don't mind it, but I also I'm not sure if everyone would be able to resonate and be able to speak on it. It would more have to be listening than actually,
But everybody on this platform is smart.
True. That's why I think sometimes when you don't know as much, you just observe and then, try to learn. So, I mean, we can go that route with certain things. I'm a 42-year-old man, black man with gray in my beard already, but people still think I'm late 20s/30s. Yeah, I mean, grades sometimes come in different ages, so that don't necessarily mean that because it is people that I know, still they like their facial texture and skin and stuff like that still look young, but they got grays. I have seen that.
I have so much gray. I don't know if you can see it. I start graying in my 20s.
Like
See all that? That's a pile of gray. That's a patch of gray.
I still have yet to have any grays yet. Probably because I don't stress out. Like I don't let people stress me out for shit. Like
But it's not associated with stress.
well, I don't know. That's what I heard.
It could be genetics because on my father's side, they start graying in their 20s. And then it happened to me. I woke up one day and had so many grays in my hair, I couldn't pluck them. And then I couldn't dye it either. Intuitively, I was like, no, you got to love yourself. You know what I mean? But I struggled with it because I felt like it made me look older. But when I embraced it, I started to like it. But I started graying. I think it's hereditary sometimes too.
Yeah, like I said, I'm probably the only one on the platform that don't have any. I don't have a single screen. I ain't gonna lie, I be looking, waiting on when it's gonna come in, but not yet.
If you ain't got it, don't rush it. Because you go through phases to where I mean, I did. I didn't like it. I used to look in the mirror and be like, why? You know? Because I thought it made me look old. But then I was like, but you can't dye it. You got to love yourself. And then I got used to it. I never dyed my grace. I just always accepted. But you do go through like, damn. You know what I mean? Like insecurities.
What about you, support? You got any grades yet? I don't know how old you are. No, I said support. She said wisdom. Damn. My wisdom will come in one of these days, I guess. Yeah, my oldest brother got some. My second oldest brother, to my degree, I mean to my knowledge, don't have any yet either. But it's been a little minute since I've seen them.
Don't look for them. Lord, don't look for them.
I'm not looking for them, trust me.
Trust me. I look at my sister, she in her 50s and she doesn't have that. She has like 2 or 3 strands. And I'm like, what happened to me?
You in your 20s still though, right? Support. You talking about the one you just DM me? I didn't look at it yet.
Can you get my package? It came.
Well, it's been a good late discussion, people. Anybody else want to add some stuff before we check out? UATN TV channel.
What is that? You hear that? Somebody talking?
That ain't too older than me.
Was you playing a movie or something? Oh my God, I heard somebody talking. Wow.
God damn. God damn, that is terrible. I'm responding to the message you just said, sent support. What up, Ronald? You catching us on the back end? We gotta go and check out. But I am doing another screen for the TV shows and stuff. And about what time did I set that for? I don't even know what time you can see it on it. I think I set it for like 9:30. So I'll be back on here in about another 2.5, 3 hours. I set it for 12:30. You talking about Eastern time, right? So what? 9:30. Okay, yeah, 9:30. Look at that. Okay. Oh yeah, the new episode did come out, huh? So I'm gonna try to watch it. I'm about to get out here and watch it too, so I can talk about it. Yeah, 11:30 your time, Ronald. All right, good people though. Appreciate you, Cairo, Solo, Taj.
Wait, well, I didn't hear you. You went out.
Oh, I was just saying appreciate y'all. Cause I'm about to go ahead and close it because I gotta start my next stream in like another 2.5 hours.
All right, we appreciate you too.
Yeah. What you mean your time too, nigga? Where the hell you at? What the fuck? But appreciate y'all. I'm about to go ahead and close this thing out. I think it was a good little session and stuff, you know.
It was. I had fun looking at everybody's perspective.
Any closing remarks, Solo?
No, thank you for having me.
Okay.
All right, see you guys. Good night.
All right, good night. And then there was one. Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and close it out. I was just trying to wait to see where the hell this nigga at. This nigga said 2:00. Where the hell you at? Yeah, I know you're saying 2 a.m. your time, but the stream is 9:30 my time, which is 3 hours east away for Eastern time. That's only 12:30. So where the hell you at that you saying 2? Okay, but the stream shouldn't say 12, right? It should say let me look at that. Yeah, say 9:30. Yeah, maybe it's the daylight savings thing on your ass. But anyways, I'm about to close this one out, y'all, so I can go ahead and eat and stuff like that, and I can prepare for the next stream. But yeah, if it come out at 9 my time, then I guess I ain't gonna add that into it. We'll talk about that Monday night. Damn, DeMarcus, I'm about to close out, but appreciate you stopping through. I'm about to start, but DeMarcus, I got a new stream that we're gonna talk about the shows coming on in 2.5 hours, so you can come back for that one. But until then, y'all, I'm gonna take my little break and then I'll be back.